Yo, oh shit. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Back, we back, we back. We back, we back, we back. I tried to go live earlier, man. It ain't work out that way though. You sure hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. And we ready to rock and roll. We got 1090 Jake Exposed Part 2. Hey yo, every time. Yo, I knew this 1090 Jake stuff was bad. But I had no clue it was this bad. I ain't gonna lie. I knew once he got up there on that news, it was gonna be bad. Paul Kite's in the building. G man. Girl, what it is? 2800, where you been at, baby? We back. What's up, free phone? Got my man. Hey yo. I'm gonna see if I can find oh already, man. Get that motherfucking cash, man. That motherfucking paper. Yo, I'm ready. We gotta go back to that news video. Because I knew when we saying 1090 Jake on the news, I said, yo. You know, because during that time, a lot of people was like, I'm saying, he ain't really telling no. I'm like, yo, I don't know where y'all from, yo, but where we from, we don't even go on the news. If we go on the news, we go up that bitch and shout out all our homeboys, though. You know what I mean? salute to the dead homies and stuff, you feel me? Like we go up on the news and we act a motherfucking fool. That's how we came up. You put us on the news if you want. We gonna make a motherfucking movie out that bitch. We gonna put on a show. Niggas ain't go to the news and do like documentaries and shit and full interviews talking about fixing the prison system and we ain't do that, y'all. That's different. And I knew when he did that. Let me see if I can find that video. Hey, Dave, are you funny? Yo, Daddy should have stayed in jail, yo. Yo, say the man should have stayed in jail. God damn. Not jail, yo. Anywhere but there, yo. Maybe the halfway house, yo. Yeah. Maybe you should have stayed the halfway house a little longer, man. Hey, it is bad for Meech, though. Meech made it bad for himself. Wait till I crack this Tory White situation. Cause everybody keep talking about. Cause I think, see, the crazy thing about it, and that's the thing about the internet, is so many people pushing narratives that you don't know who to believe. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, I had somebody come to comments and talk about, yo, what if Meech ain't know nothing about none of that shit, and Tammy and Blue Da Vinci put that together? I go, Tammy and Blue Da Vinci put that together. I even heard a motherfucker say Tammy put everybody together. I say, yo, come on. Y'all just getting out of control with this shit. Yo, y'all got to remember, yo, bloggers take money. So when you got some of these bloggers that just pushing a wild-ass narrative, they probably got paid. And the wild narrative would be Meech ain't tell. You know what I mean? Meech ain't tell right now is a wild-ass narrative. Because that boy told. That boy told, man. It's obvious. And I think he told on Tory White. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it. We read some of the paperwork yesterday, but I ain't find the paperwork that I'm looking for. I want to know how he met the girl. How did Tory White meet Tammy? It should be somewhere in the documents. But like I said yesterday, and I'm going to keep saying it, I refuse to believe that this girl started working with the federal government because she caught him cheating. What's up, John? Appreciate it, Harvey. Nah, I don't play. I ain't gonna lie. That shit there for decoration. Big Low. Yeah, he told, man. Like I can't believe y'all that she ran to the feds just because he cheated on her. No, Because in that paperwork we read yesterday, they talking about she was recording phone calls. So if she walked in on Tory White cheating, would she stayed around him just to set him up? That don't make sense. That don't make sense. Don't make sense. I refuse to believe that. I think Meech put that play together the whole time. Big bro, what it do? Yo, but let's see if I can find that 1080 Jake video. On that page, y'all know we gotta go through before we do anything, yo, we gotta talk about this goddamn Jordan craze. Like, yo, what's up with people? Like, yo, people really that enamored with tennis shoes? Like, y'all, if y'all seen the videos I seen today, I'm like, yo, we gotta do better as a community, yo. Like, there's so much to worry about. Niggas is really risking it all for tennis shoes. Tennis shoes, y'all. Michael Jordan shoes. If I don't know if people know, salute to Jamal, man, for the 99-cent super sticker. I don't know if people know, yo, but Michael Jordan already rich. Like, I don't know what niggas is up to, yo, but people is tripping. Wait till y'all see these videos, y'all. People fighting, people getting shot for tennis shoes. And don't get me wrong, I know everybody like to look nice. You know, I don't really care too much about that type shit. You feel me? But I know it's a segment of the world that cares about, you know, fashion, tennis. I don't know, bro. Might got looking at him too. She might got looking at all of them, him and me. Maybe that's why Southwest T so quiet. Maybe he probably did a little bit of third party cooperating his goddamn self. Who the fuck know? Nah, yeah, we're gonna check that out. I ain't seen it, but I heard, you know, I heard some clips about it. But yo, we gotta talk about all these cities in this damn shoe craze. Like, it's out of control. It's out of control, y'all. Look at this shit. Hit that like button, y'all. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Support the platform. Hit the cash app. Buy a super sticker like my man. Like my man Jamal did, man. You know, this independent work over here, y'all. We ain't got no team. We ain't got no digital marketing firm. All right, let me show y'all this. This to the ladies, y'all. Let me show the ladies something, right? This is a nigga right here, right? Let me show y'all a nigga that need a place to stay. Look, this is what you call a guy that needs somewhere to live. Look at yo, check yo out. Yo think this shit slick. Check him out, yo. Whole time she's a fucking bird brain. Check 600 Breeze out. He homeless. This hey yo, hey ladies, this how you know when a nigga fucking with you just cause he homeless. Check yo out. Hold up.
I bet you will come say it to my face. You know, see if he come over here, fuck you.
Fuck your Snapchat, fuck
you better be glad my fucking hands are dirty, I ain't bet.
Check yo out. Yo homeless.
Fuck your Snapchat.
Cause why?
Because why you been talking with us for hours?
It has not been no fucking hours.
I'll make it seem like Blaze is drooling on you. Yeah, shut up.
Hey yo, I'm telling you, hey ladies, pay attention to these guys. These niggas are vicious. Now this is a nigga. If you let all his baby mothers talk about, he don't take care of none of his kids. He only gonna take care of the kids who house he at for the moment. Like, yo, 600 Breezy, wild motherfucker boy. Yo, check him out though.
been fucking with us since I got here.
Yeah.
You've been 30 minutes, hours.
You've been fucking with us.
Look at him.
Since I got here.
Go fuck with Blaze. So y'all starve tonight.
You keep saying that, but you cooking.
I'm gonna put melatonin in y'all
Okay.
food.
And then what?
Y'all get good.
Child going crazy. Ain't nobody paying attention to the child. He like, fuck that kid. I need a place. I need something to eat tonight. Hey, yo, I see this. I say, yo, that nigga gotta be homeless, yo. Ain't no fucking way he ain't homeless.
Yeah, you gonna be bored.
And I'm gonna have a peaceful night.
So you. I remember she said that shit. Remember that? She said she don't have peaceful nights with me and Blaze. And she.
Hey, let's get out of here, yo. I just thought that was funny. Cause that's definitely homeless nigga activity right there, yo. Like that was excessive, yo. The lady on live doing it, licking all on her face. Nigga, you need a place to stay, nigga. Just say that. Hold up, yo. We gotta talk about Kanye West first. Hold up, shit. Not that. Here we go. Hold up, yo. Kanye West is on a rampage, man. So earlier today, let me see if I say that. He got earlier today, I think Kai Cenat. I ain't got it. Fuck it. Well, he supposed to have been on Twitch with Kai Cenat. And I guess after his yesterday rant, he ain't on Twitch with Kai Cenat no more. But check out your conversation with Aiden Ross, y'all. This shit is too funny. So he hit him. So this Kanye in the blue. Kanye hit him like, it's yay. If I call you and you ask me some dumb shit, I'm hanging up, metaphorically. I'm walking out on you like Cardi did. So he said, what up, bro? Hope all is well. No dumb shit hit me. So look at Ye. I prefer to be addressed as sir and to be asked to call you. Please give me a call at your earliest convenience, sir. I appreciate your heart, though, sir. I never confirmed anything with Kai. But now he said he canceled me. The fuck? Yo, it's Jesus, man. This nigga's, yo, he's too funny, man. So look at Aiden. Oh, shit. Yes, sir. Refers to you as sir. May I call you in 2 minutes, sir? Of course I want to be your favorite Jew, sir. I just found out Kai did that too from a post. Not fully sure why. I've been waiting to do our stream since 2022. He said, you saying sir 4 times was condescending. I'm blocking you. Nobody finna play with me. How y'all say it? Never again. Yeah, the fuck is Kanye what? Yeah. So he just said, Drake better, man. Ain't nobody fucking with Kanye. Kanye fucking stupid as hell. I don't blame him though. He said, I prefer you to call me a sir. All right, but these goddamn shoes. This is a comedian for myself. Let's see what he said.
Hey, it's your boy Smurf, Mr. OFN, not me. I'm gonna get straight to the point, no introduction needed. The Jordan 5s just came out today. And you fucking gorilla animals is going crazy. Like the nigga been dropping the same shoes for over 80 years. I ain't seen not one shoe that lights up. I ain't seen one Jordan shoe that glow up in the dark. I ain't seen not one Jordan shoe that come with wheels or blow fire out in the back. I ain't see a fucking Jordan shoe that fucking talk. Y'all niggas is pressed over the same fucking shoes. And they ain't even all that. To be real, they ain't all that. But it tells me something. Y'all niggas like to look like the same nigga. Y'all like to look like 20 different niggas.
See, that's my thing, yo. Ain't nothing wrong with sitting in the line, yo. But this type of shit right here, yo, this gotta stop. I ain't gonna lie, yo. This makes us look horrible. Hold on. But look at this line, man. Man, straight up, hey. Look at this, y'all. Like, is people serious? Yo, I'm not standing this along. Yo, I wouldn't stand in the line this long for 20,000. You heard me? Like if everybody in this line was getting 20,000, I'd have walked away. Man, I'm not, man. Fuck that. I ain't standing this long ass line. Shit, you gotta be crazy. But look, it ain't even just it's this shit. Fuck the stand in the line. It's this stuff. It ain't never that main pair of shoes, and that be the thing. It only be that main pair of shoes. But if I ain't done, check them out. All over tennis shoes. Look at this shit, y'all. Over tennis shoes, y'all. Yo, we serious? Yo, we can't be serious, y'all. Over tennis shoes. Hey Frank, they probably do it intentionally. It ain't never that many. There ain't never that many. I'm from Baltimore, Paul. We call them all tennis shoes. we call them all tennis sneakers, tennis. We all that shit the same in Baltimore. Look, he's straight. Check yo out. Yeah, every time tennis shoes. All of them tennis. Like sneakers, that's like we always looked at that as a New York thing. We call them all tennis. Just like we call all liquor stores, we call them all bars. You know, it's a bar. People call it a liquor store, we call it a bar. They all the same. Look at this shit. Look, he just shot a gun. Hey, Beezy, now that make more sense. If like you said, Beezy said they 300 on eBay right now. Like I would rather pay the 300 on eBay than go through this. Look at this shit. They breaking in the store. I don't know, yo. These are places. I think this in DC. Like, yo, we gotta get better with this though, y'all. Like, I ain't no joking. I think that's the last video I got. I seen that today. I'm like, yo, wow, yo, people going nuts over tennis shoes. Like, we gotta tighten up. That shit ain't even. That shit not even cool for real. But let me show y'all this. Look at this video. A dancer tried to charge the man more than he thought, she said, so he ended up trying to snitch on her for selling cat. Check this out.
How you doing, boss? Do me a favor, take your hands out your pocket for me. Sure. That's okay. What's going on? So, girl's a female in there. She goes 35 for 30 minutes. I get to the back.
I don't know, big bro. That's just
being clear on the instructions. She starts telling me if that's the first song, that's the second song. And then I was like, okay, after 30 minutes, I was like, okay, I'll pay you my 35. And I get up to pay her the 35. And then afterwards, she's like, you owe 175. I was like, that's not what I agreed on. That's not what we negotiated on. Okay. So I don't know how it increased by that dramatic of a number, from a 35 bill to a 175 bill.
Hey man, he full of shit. You know, good and goddamn well that shit cost no $35. Yo funny as shit. Check yo out though.
Clear. Okay,
Okay, so you were under the impression that you were to pay $135?
No, 35.
$35.
Yeah, 35.
And then it increased to $75.
175.
Out of the way.
$175. How you about to do me a favor? Take your hands out your pocket from me.
Hold up.
And then she was offering prostitution in the process, a $900 prostitution bill.
Okay, so
And
you're...
then she was offering a room for $200. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Got it. Okay. All right, so you didn't pay the tab at
Oh
all?
shit.
No, I said I'll pay the $35, and that's what I was trying to tell him. That's fair to me.
Okay, so it's not about what's fair, it's about what's owed.
Well, that's what she negotiated with me. She told me 35 for 30 minutes.
There ain't a
And then
girl
she-
in America that would do that.
Yeah, well, I already read it online. You guys are literally like some sort of prostitution ring.
Damn, yo try to snitch on the whole building.
I got it all recorded.
What I tell you, yo, that's that 1090 Jake shit. When shit don't go their way, they try to take everything down. We're gonna transition to Jake after this.
$900 across the board. Okay, you want me to listen? And then she was offering prostitution in the process, a $900. Hear her talking about prostitution in the background. And I was just talking about dating. She was trying to sell me her body.
Oh
I was
shit.
like, I'm not into that.
Yo said he was talking about dating. Yo, Craig. Yo was talking about dating. She tries to, man. She is running the business, sir. What you talking about? She is there to provide a service. Yo, crazy.
I told her 30. She told me 35 right at the start, and I have it recorded too.
One time you pay what else? 175. Yeah, we got a timer back to 3 minutes.
She wasn't clear on the instructions at all.
He even just said that the girl notified him at the end of every song. Yes.
That's not okay. So that's not what occurred. What actually occurred? She told me 35 for 30 minutes, and then she said that. When we
Yeah,
get
that's
back
what
there,
I'm ready to go to this
that's
video
what-
now.
And I wasn't. I didn't know what was going on. She's like, that's song number 1 and song number 2, and
Right.
she said they're 3 minutes per song. So I'm saying, yeah,
You know.
yeah. So when you lie straight out your teeth, yeah, no, you guys are lying. I'm not. There is no negotiating here. I paid $35 what she offered, and that's all I'm paying. Hear her talking about prostitution in the background.
Okay, so if he doesn't pay, what do you guys want done?
In case you want y'all and trespassing right now, what can we do? I don't know.
Do you guys have anything to say, like, on paper saying that that's like your policy of the $35 per
Is
song?
that on the
So he really called the police, y'all.
No, see, look at that. He shook his head no.
Yeah, I said no.
Okay, so you don't even notify people what's going on. You just said
No,
she
but
did.
she
She
did.
notified you.
know me. She said 30 minutes. That's what she said.
You after these songs, which is an indication.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on. That's not a clear.
Listen to what I'm going to tell you. You can't be ignorant and use it as an excuse of not knowing or not paying. You can't walk into a store or to a place and say, oh, well, I didn't know. It doesn't work that way. You understand?
Okay, so if he doesn't pay, what?
Yo went and told. Now let's get the 1090 Jake, man. So these are the people that got arrested because of 1090 Jake snitching on the news. 1090 Jake is a dangerous motherfucker, y'all. Let's see if we can find that video. Where the fuck is that video at? Probably gotta go to Google. Florida prisons. God damn. Yeah, they got my man. What's coming at the top of the algorithm? So you type his name in. Now, where's that news interview at? I might got it on my page. Let me see. Cause I don't know. We gotta go to that whole interview. I don't know how many people saying it. I might got it on my page though. Cause I know I did a video on it, and I knew it was a lot of backlash behind this shit. I think is it this video? I don't think it's this video.
With Asana, AI teammates can help level up your goals by connecting them to relevant projects, so every team knows their role in the bigger picture. Asana, the #1 AI work management platform. Try for free today at asana.com.
It's in this page.
Me, one of the highest ranking, most respected members of GKB.
As far as you find a white boy up, right? As far as you find a white boy up, how did that shit, like, did the police see you do it?
Man, police see shit. I done told you that, man.
That ain't the video. Y'all need, that's how I have a video though. Them boys, they was mad as shit at me about that. Former inmate blows the whistle on Florida prisons. Former.
According to Tucson.com, Caruso worked at 3 prisons in Central Florida and reported inmate beatings and officer misconduct multiple times.
Hey, y'all, where that video at, y'all? If I can't find it, we just gonna go to Wisconsin video. Is this it? For the inmate, found horrible conditions behind bars. Is this it?
New undercover footage obtained by the Miami Herald shows the horrific living conditions behind bars at a notorious Florida prison. Inmate Scott Whitney had been secretly filming inside the Martin Correctional Institute since 2012 and was able to release some of
that's not him. Damn, yo. $10.90 Jake on the news talking about Florida prisons.
I pulled up some videos for you.
All right, fuck, I can't find it. Can't find it. He hiding that bitch. Should be able to find the shit. I know I did a video on it, but I don't feel like Sky went through my whole... Oh, here you go. Reddit got it. Salute to Reddit. Oh, man. Matter of fact, let's see what he said about it first. Let's see what he said about it. Oh, we ain't watching the whole interview.
Coolest podcast in the world, and today I'm extremely excited.
Well, like I said, I was attracted to the madness.
Oh, Lord.
It's the uncle.
Like, yo, he be trying to act like he was a G. Yo, he spent this whole time on lockup writing grievances on everybody. Like, I call him the grievance king. He said I passed it. I ain't see it. I call him the grievance king. He spent this whole time on lockup writing grievances on people. Like he spent very little time on the dorms or on the tiers.
So you hit a CO, you liable to get sent to get the fuck off this bus. You understand? We're gonna do that first, and then.
Now I told y'all the reason he did this is because the COs treated him like shit. He thought he was supposed to get special treatment. Yeah, he thought he was supposed to get special treatment when he got in the joint, and he didn't get special treatment. So what he did was when he came home, he blew the whistle on him and caused a whole big issue in the Florida penitentiary system.
If you fuck up, we're gonna get you.
Wow.
Time high. So a TOH is a test to high.
Right.
That's how they're gonna test you. So, like if you a Chico, if you any type of Hispanic, they're gonna do it to you. If you're black, whatever gang you're in, they're gonna do it to you. If you're white, anybody's gonna do it to you.
So the rough definition of that is basically it's like because you gave one
Violent places because that's what people's true colors show when you meet me. So that was the main reason why I really wanted to get off that shit and try to find another avenue because I have to relive it when I tell it.
See, that's interesting because I feel like a lot of
they really tried to sell him to us like he was this gangster white boy that did all this time in the prison system and committed all these crimes, and that shit is like 100% false, all fabricated.
Everything. So when I get the butler, the GDs and I block come up to me. They're like, "Oh, what you is? Oh, I'm blood. Oh, we tied flags." No, the fuck we not. Why the fuck are we tied flags? You know, people are just like random gangs will click up.
You think he said that? Fuck no. He tied them flags quick as a bitch.
Myself, then I treat me until I get to the next spot. So I can't move. I can't run. He wasn't blood, but he was fucking with me. I look back, whatever. Start going down the stairs, boom, I get hit. And I just felt something touch my face. I didn't feel pain, nothing. It was just like this.
The quote that you had was that you felt air somewhere you had never felt air before.
I felt the air inside of my fucking head, bro, like in my face.
Yeah, that scared me a
I
little
didn't feel any pain or nothing like that. I touched my shit. I knew I got hit, though. So I pulled out the razor.
Yeah, hey, Harmo, it don't get no realer than that.
My toenails were fucking infected from the last prison.
Oh, shut up.
Me and everybody I got sent there with, we all went to Lancaster CI.
And it's another thing that he didn't like. He didn't like that when the Bloods got in trouble, he got in trouble too. He ain't like that. That's why he was telling on motherfuckers. Like this, he's a dangerous guy, man. Y'all, COs don't even like this type of inmate. The type of inmate that writes everybody up, COs can't stand. That's why COs let him get his ass whipped. Because this type of shit he was involved in. He wanted to hang with the guys, hang with the fellas, but he didn't want to suffer the consequences that the fellas suffered. He wanted to get special treatment.
And that's how I have the picture of me with the fresh 3-day cut on my face because every new compound you hit, they take a picture. So I use that picture when I started my channel. It's the only picture that exists of me at 19 years old.
Wow.
And you can see the 7-inch cut. They measured it.
When you're falling asleep that night and you get this fresh cut on your face, what's going through your head?
I'm a snitch on everybody.
Oh, I was beating my dick in the cell.
No, it wasn't. I'm gonna tell. I can't wait till I go home. I'm going to blow the whistle on this whole operation. All you motherfuckers is getting charges. Hey yo, that's what he really thought. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna get their ass. I'm gonna start me a YouTube channel and I'm gonna snitch on everybody. They gonna pay for this shit. So, yo, we just take our licks, yo. Yeah, man, you win some, you lose some. That's how we operate.
Oh, that was my dog.
Like if that had not. And so you show up and it's like unmistakable. There's just a whole bunch of this shit going on.
My last name is Cherry. I was closed custody. I was the highest custody level you can be aside from death row.
Oh my God.
They put me in.
Yo, come on now. Yo, if 1090 Jake was to get caught up on some real shit, he was a juvenile offender, man. That's another thing. I didn't even know that. I learned that from Byron Blake. He was a juvenile offender. Acting like he was in there with the big dogs.
In the dorm, even though I only got less than a fucking year. Maybe I had like 14 months left when I hit Appalachia.
You didn't even have 14 months.
Lifers. So you got dudes like I was in I-dorm, I was in I-4, so 2 bottom. I-1 had people in there with MIPs, murders in prison. They can only be housed with another motherfucker that got an MIP. So most of these dudes will have their own cell and they act like they got a mansion. Like, yeah, I got my own room. I got an upstairs and a downstairs because they got.
I don't know, y'all.
They can't have a bunkie because they done killed somebody.
Right.
There was other dudes in there that was on.
I wish I could find that fucking video.
Off death row. You only get put on death row.
Hey, Byron, where that video at? If you watching, bro?
Smack, bro. They get killed. Like that shit. They don't run shit. You got a few of them though that's rocking.
Right.
There's always a select few in every group, but they're just not like that.
But there's got to be a lot of prisons where the white supremacist shit is actually like.
I can't believe they sitting up here having yo. One of the worst videos I seen was Vlad and 1090 Jake talking about the streets. Like, yo, that was despicable. YouTube should have took that bitch down.
To get out of prison the first time.
Yo, you can tell he not even aggressive. You can look how he built to tell he ain't got no scrap in him. Look how he built. He don't look like he don't look agile.
how'd that feel? And you said you had a family member.
See, I don't watch the nigga tell.
But like, what are you actually planning on doing with your life? And you're not really thinking about YouTube at this point, I'm assuming.
That was one of the scariest moments of my life.
Just knowing that you're gonna have to figure it out on the outside.
Nah, just knowing I was going home. I didn't want to go home.
Oh my God.
I was scared of going home. One of my homies.
Yo, yo. Hey, get the fuck out of here! You act like you had a life bit. Now look, I done seen people that did 30, 40 years be scared to go home, but not somebody with a year. You know, you don't do a year in prison and be scared to go home, yo. Like, if he comical, yo.
That I met in prison.
Hey,
He
yeah.
actually knew from the street. Rest in peace to
Yeah,
Angel.
he is, right?
We were at the youth defender prisons together. And then when I went to the adult prison, he came. And he's going home. So he was going home like 3 months before me.
Oh,
then I was going home. And then my bunkie was going home 3 months before me. Then I was going home. We all making plans to link up in the street. He go home, he get killed.
Yo. That's the bad move, yo. You do not link up with jail guys. Leave them niggas in jail. Now, you might run across a couple good guys, man. But for the most part, leave them niggas behind.
Saying I was a crackhead. I was just saying, like, I like weed. And they said I was chasing somebody with a gun in the back of the building. And, you know.
Was that true? That was true, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got convicted on that shit and everything.
I call him the grievance king, man.
Really just him saying it. Really.
That man, ain't nobody in the Florida Department of Corrections wrote more grievances than 1090J. Nobody. The man got about 50 of them bitches.
So now me and this kid that I met on the same block, we're in this probation group together. Smoking weed.
Yeah, you want to talk about the news?
Probation.
Okay.
I heard nothing about it. The first interview I seen was this guy named Brian Bruton, who actually lives out here. That would be a fire interview. This shit's really
right.
And I had I had so much support off the first interview. He started saying, "Oh well, when I was at Appalachia, there wasn't no white bloods. They had a strict rule about that shit. He ain't. Y'all did this." He's like, "Yeah, you implicated your co-defendant? Nah." So K-Fock hit me up. He's like, "Yo, he ain't taking it down. You gonna post the paperwork?"
Rights, which he had waived. Smart.
Yo,
I can read all this shit. This can't hurt your case. I can read Melly's case. It can't hurt his case. Everything I'm reading.
Yo, he did hurt Melly's case. Part of the reason they're not giving Melly a bail is because he exposed that video of that detective. They saying that's proof that Melly is a blood. And Melly is GKB. Because he then admitted that he's GKB or whatever blood set he claimed. And they saying that basically since he does paperwork on people and why he never did one on Melly. They came up with Melly bail here, and that's why they not giving him no bail. Because of his ass in his fucking videos.
Reading is what's already known to the police.
Not too much?
Not really, nah. But I wasn't really making money, so I didn't really have... This is the thing. I don't got nobody with me. My neighbors is outside. They're packing groceries and shit, so my neighbors walk up with me while I'm on the live. They're talking to me, who's already panicking. And his homie, whatever he do, he's telling his homie to do something. His homie does what he do. I back up off the whip. And that's how they pulled off.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what it was. So, like I said, I already accepted anything that's gonna come with it. If you
this nigga, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, why is he doing it? Yo, see, yo, I don't never wanna give it the perception. That's why I laugh. We joke. Like, yo, I hate when people do these interviews, right? And they just try to just be overly tough, like they never smile. You hear me? Every time you see them, their face stone cold. You hear me? Yo, you listen up, bro. Like, you can laugh, you can joke. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Hear me? Do y'all hear how he's telling this story? I was scared to go home. I'm prepared for everything that come along with it. Like, bro, what the fuck have you been through? Man, tonight Jake crazy, man. He couldn't walk the streets of Baltimore. I'm trying to tell you. Them South Baltimore blocks with them white boys, he wouldn't be able to walk them streets.
You gotta use something. You gotta jump me. You gotta do whatever you got experience too. Because now it's like, what do? Do I smoke them? I go back to prison, fuck everything up.
Oh my God, get him out of here. Yeah, I'm mad I can't find that fucking news interview, man. Let me see. Details. Yeah, he must got that shit took down. We ready to go to Wisconsin Brian Blake video, y'all. Cause I can't find it. Ain't no 24 years. That boy gonna tell. If he was to ever face some real time. Oh, look. Hey, Vlad, we gotta let this play. We gotta let this play. No, hell no, no, we don't. Here you go. All right, we found it, y'all. Here it goes. January 21st, 2020.
New year, new opportunities. Join us for the
we got
Technical College Career Expo on February 12th from 5 to 8 p.m.
What you mean we not being authentic, Tay? He's a bluffing motherfucker, Tay. What you talking about? You believe his stories? You believe he ready for everything that come along with it. If he was, he wouldn't have spent bulk of his time on lockup. He wasn't in population. That man was on lockup his whole bit. You ain't did a year. Tell everybody, like, yo, he's a bluffing motherfucker, bro. He ain't that. He's perpetrating. Perpetrating, man. You put that boy in a tight spot, he gonna tell everything. He told everything in this. Look at this. You talking about we ain't being authentic.
No on the 19 drugs, weapons, and cell phones inside
Who does this?
prisons.
Videos secretly recorded by inmates themselves expose the ongoing contraband crisis behind bars. Brian Engine shows us in tonight's 7 Investigates.
This is the crime scene right here.
These videos are from inside Florida prisons.
Hey, old school, you straight?
Inmates passed out on the floor.
This is what it looks like on mother K2.
They're on camera smoking.
Hold it. 10, 9.
And bragging about having drugs behind bars. How easy is it to get drugs in a Florida prison?
Every single compound I hit.
Look at this, y'all. Who would do this? It's not a black man from the streets in the world that'll do some shit like this. And then look what he got behind him. This guy's a fucking prop. Then they say ASAP Rocky's a prop gun. That's what he is, a fucking prop gun. It's a bluffing motherfucker, Tay. Tay know that. I don't know why Tay tripping. Because you can tell it's phony. Look at him. what you mean, C-Tay, yo? This the thing, yo. You can see through this shit, yo. I've been outside a long time, yo. When you've been outside a long time, you look at this. Why I do this? Like you trying to push it. You trying to push an image. If you was really about it, you would have to push no image. People know what real is when they see it. You don't got to do this. He's a fraud. Creative player, man.
There was all types of drugs on there, whether it's prescription pills, Molly, some spots it was cocaine and meth, but nothing more common than K2.
Who does that, y'all? Come on now. I'd have never done it. Look, in this same interview, they asked another white guy. Watch what the other white guy do. Watch what the other white guy do when they ask him.
Jacob Cherry, a former inmate, posted the videos to YouTube.
1, 2, 3, 4 flips.
He says Florida inmates currently behind bars recorded the videos using cell phones smuggled inside. The videos are graphic. In one disturbing clip, water is sprayed on an inmate who appears to be convulsing on the floor.
People are laid out on the floor, not responding, and there's no staff present. There's no staff seeing this.
I'm gonna let him continue.
The Florida Department of Corrections tells 7 News they are aware of the videos, and the agency takes this information seriously. They call contraband in prisons a national epidemic.
This video, him going on here and doing this, started a whole investigation of the Florida Department of Corrections. People went to jail about this. COs got arrested. People couldn't send money home no more. Like, yo, you don't do that. You don't come home from prison and do no shit like this. Hey, Ted, you don't come home from prison and do nothing like this. Because you know, whatever is going on, you know them guys depend on that. If it's K2 being used, somebody is selling that K2 and sending that money. Yeah, man, you know the game. You know the game. You don't come home and blow the whistle on it.
And say corrections officers are diligent when they search inmates, but sometimes it's the officers bringing the drugs and cell phones inside.
Come on now.
The majority of the drugs that I know of that are coming inside is through the guys. When you're not really making any money and a $30 phone on the street turns into a $1,200 phone inside a prison, a lot of people are gonna.
Yo, that's different. That's different. See, that's the thing. Prison, it's a whole nother world in there. Just like it's a world out here, it's a world in there. You understand? And in that world, certain things got to go on for people to, I'm talking about the world for the inmates. Certain things got to go on for people to survive. You understand? But if you talk about the mistreatment, they're not getting water, they're not allowed to take baths. Those are basic necessities that they pose to provide. You can blow the whistle on that. Y'all supposed to provide this. Now, the atmosphere in there, you don't speak on that. That's in there. It's not out here. It's a difference, y'all. It's a difference. So you can't say that. You can't say, well, if they was being mistreated, yeah, hell yeah. Because they don't have a voice. So somebody got to speak for them. But the way they make their money in there, yo, we stay out of that. Once you out of that situation, yo, you out of it. You don't come home and be like, man, look, man, COs, man, the COs the ones doing that shit. Nah, hell no. And it's just what he said on camera. Who the fuck knows what he said off camera? And I'm ready to show you what happened behind all of this. Let me know if you agree with that when I show you what happened behind all this.
The state says in 1 year, about 12,000 weapons were found in Florida prisons, 36,000 grams of K2, which is a synthetic drug that can be laced with dangerous chemicals, and almost 9,000 cell phones.
So can't nobody send me no videos and tell me to report nothing. Somebody told me, I got a while ago, I ain't put no date on it. Somebody sent me a whole shit of something that was going on in Savannah with a rapper down there. Like, yo, this shit going on. I'm like, yo, that shit sound like a police matter. The fuck you want me to do with this information? I can't do nothing with that. I'm not going to be the first on YouTube. Yeah, you know, they said this person involved. That's police shit, bro. Not a police officer. I'm not into solving cases. That ain't me. That's not the job of the YouTuber. Not going to send me no police. Oh, look what's going on. Yo, look what's going on in Baltimore City. Now, if they in that bitch ain't getting fed, I forward that. But if you send me a video of motherfuckers doing what people do in prison, getting people, you know, it's nothing I can do with that. Yo, that's a prison problem, bro. That's a prison problem, yo. It's a world in there. If that person overdosed, he was indulging. He was indulging. Somebody sent the money so he can pay for that. Call on Instagram. You can call my Instagram. You know you follow me on. Oh shit, I lost the video. God damn it. No, I ain't lose it. You can call my Instagram. But let me show everybody what was going on. Tay don't understand the difference in between people don't understand the difference between this, what 1090 Jake did, and reporting on police mistreating the inmates.
This is not our first time looking into the contraband problems.
You're missing one thing though, where the machete at?
In 2018, we discovered this video that showed an inmate pulling a machete out of his pants and another inmate popping prescription pain pills.
Work 10, man, to wash away the pain, you hear me?
How did you get the cell phone in?
Oh, that was a long story there. I don't really feel like putting it out there.
Look what Joe said. Look what he said.
Hey, man, to wash away the pain, you hear me?
How did you get the cell phone in?
Oh, that was a long story there. I don't really feel like putting it out there.
He ain't say the police. Come on, yo, that's law, man. We not ready to make excuses for snitching.
They don't search the place.
We showed State Representative Bobby DeBose
Look.
some of the videos.
How neglected has the prison system been over the years?
Oh man, I mean, you know, I'm talking about not paying, you know, the officers enough, the infrastructure, the prisons are bad. I would say horrible.
DeBose says the
You
Florida Department of Corrections desperately needs more money to fix the problems. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has recommended $60.6 million to boost pay and beef up staffing.
That's like taking to Baltimore. That's like me being on News Fox 45 News Investigates and interview with Keeping G News talking about problems in the prisons. Like, man, that will never happen. So not problems, but drugs being accessible in prisons.
In prisons. Right now, the starting salary for a correctional officer is $33,500. Under the new plan, officers would get a $1,500 raise after 2 years and a $2,500 raise after 5 years. The hope is better pay will lead to better officers and less contraband. Brian Enton, 7 News.
Yo, these guys depend on this shit, man. Yo, people make a lot of money. You know, people make money. It's a lot of money to be made, man. You gotta realize these people still got families. These people, yo, he disrupted the whole infrastructure. The whole infrastructure. I'm sure if you was to ask them guys that's bitten, yo, how you feel about 1090 Jake? Yo, whoever snitched in 10, whoever that's different. Whatever happened in 2018 happened. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what 1090 Jake contributed to the situation. He took it to a whole nother level. He started a whole YouTube channel around it. And I'm gonna show you what happened. I'm gonna show you what happened behind his videos.
Search for Taylor Branches and form your LLC with just a few clicks.
This what happened behind his videos.
Enter your LLC state.
Jake's interview with Air on January 21st, 2020. And true to his word, the department would spring into investigative action. One thing to keep in mind is that while Jake constantly reflects on his time in Florida prison, most of it was done in confinement while serving time in youth offender facilities.
So it's important to note that when Jake released these videos, which show older adult males, some of whom even had gray hair, he was not speaking on people whom he left behind, but was also speaking on places he had never been. He wasn't just exposing the youth offender camps, he was now exposing the entire Department of Corrections. After Jake's news interview made his way to the state representative, who then turned the information he had learned over to the Inspector General, the Florida Department of Corrections would issue a statement saying that it takes the matter seriously. The Department of Corrections was also very clear about the fact that it would be using the same videos posted to attempt to identify inmates who were involved. On February 3rd, 2020, just days after Jake had made his appearance on the news, a mass search of secured housing unit M dormitory was conducted by K9 Captain Daniel Carmichael, Florida Department.
Listen to this, y'all. Listen to what his videos did. And I in the video when I first seen this, that's why I knew that's what happened. I didn't know they took it this far, but I knew cells got raided, jails got raided. He probably stopped so many people money. It's crazy.
A mass search of secured housing
they probably get more than that now.
Dormitory was conducted by K9 Captain Daniel Carmichael, Florida Department of Corrections. Captain Carmichael discovered 2 cellular phones wrapped in cellophane in the mop closet of Wing 1 bathroom of M dormitory. One cellular device was an Alcatel smartphone, and one cellular device was a black LG smartphone. Between the 2 telephones was the identification card of inmate Joseph Evans, Department of Corrections.
It's not old. This video came out yesterday.
22090. The cellular devices were sent to the Florida Department of Corrections Office of the Inspector General's Cellular Telephone Laboratory for analysis. On March 3rd, 2020, a Cellbrite extraction report was generated.
Because what's going on right now is my man Byron Blake. Nobody knew all of this happened. People saying the videos, but this is the result of them videos. That's what we're watching. We're watching the result of 1090 Jake putting out all them fucking prison videos, going on the news, and people with the prison. The last video, they talked about gang members. They knocked off a whole gang off of 1090 Jake videos.
The information contained in the Alcatel smartphone IMEI number 015026003859111 and SIM card number 89014103270, y'all get it, which revealed text message communications between the contraband cellular device and the telephone number, which was identified as the personal contact cellular telephone of Correctional Officer Jana Wood, as provided by Officer Wood and confirmed by investigative sources. Call logs from the extraction report indicated that there had been text message exchanges between Wood and an inmate, with the officer saying things in the thread about her shift and break times that would match up with her time card. In a May 4th, 2020 probable cause affidavit, the Inspector General would swear under oath. Attempts to have Officer Wood contact your affiant went unanswered, and no statement was able to be obtained from the defendant. However, on February 11th, 2020, during a meeting with Warden Marvin W. Clemens, Officer Wood submitted an incident report in which she admitted to writing a note to inmate Lavaros Davis.
So they raided the jail and found out that a correctional officer was dealing with an inmate. Right after 1090 Jake went to the news.
Department of Corrections number M63150, which was found by Lieutenant Timothy Lingo on February 8th, 2020 on the person of inmate Davis. In sworn witness testimony from Lieutenant Lingo, he indicated he observed papers in the hand of inmate Davis on February 8th, 2020 during a hearing. When inmate Davis relinquished the papers, Lieutenant Lingo discovered a note which read, "Your arms are long enough to wrap around my legs and hold me down. I've been told I have tight like a virgin. I have an alias, Brittany Cloud."
Look.
Lieutenant Lingo found a Facebook.
Yo, stop this man, little shot. Yo had a shot in there. Ended it. Fucking around with 1090 Jake.
Book page with the name Brittany Cloud and a photograph which closely ambled Officer Wood. Further, on 2 separate pieces of paper was written the known telephone number and home address of Officer Wood. In sworn witness testimony from Warden Clemens on March 20th, 2020, he indicated he asked Officer Wood about the alias name of Brittany Cloud, which Officer Wood admitted was her alias while denying the Facebook page was hers. Officer Wood submitted an incident report regarding the note she wrote to inmate Davis, in which she admitted to having provided the notes to inmate Davis. In sworn testimony from Major Nicholas Rushing on March 23, 2020, he indicated he was present with Warden Clemens at the time he met with Officer Wood and heard Officer Wood admit to having provided the notes to inmate Davis. However, Officer Wood denied any type of physical contact with inmate Davis. Major Rushing was present when Officer Wood wrote her incident report in which she admitted to providing the notes to inmate Davis, and then Officer Wood immediately tendered her resignation. It should also be noted that these events occurred in the year 2020, and as of the year 2025, inmate Davis is still in confinement and his visitation status is still suspended.
Damn, took
His
that man.
out date is 2027.
Took that man visits forever. It took that man visits forever, man. And this happened in 2020. He still can't get no visits fucking around with Jake and his police ass videos.
So considering the circumstances 5 years ago, I doubt that he would have given up a cell phone. And in his case, it wasn't just contraband. He was actually having a physical sexual relationship with this officer. I doubt that he would have given those things up to go to confinement just to bring awareness to what was going on in the prison, especially when he's one of the people who's actually bringing it into the prison. In short, while Jake would go on campaigns to convince the masses that no one was incarcerated or charged with anything because of what he said, that would not be the case at all. In fact, as stated in the NPR video, Jake's one tip would serve as the starting point for several investigations, some of which would make their way up to a federal level. Another example of this trickle-down effect would be inmate Dustin Bine. Dustin Bine had been incarcerated since 2009 when he was just 18 years old and what the state of Florida considered a youth offender, just like 1090 Jake. With an outdated 2037, when he would be close to 50 years old, Dustin would come to the conclusion that the system was now his home and would start to live his life that way. In the September 4th, 2020 probable cause affidavit, the Inspector General would swear under oath that between December 23rd, 2019 to January 26, 2020, Florida Department of Corrections Correctional Officer Kayla J. Kidler did commit about 10 counts of felony crimes with regards to introduction of contraband into a state facility.
Hey guys, my name is Harris Heller, and I've been a full-time YouTuber for over 10
man.
years now. And if you are a YouTuber or you're...
Officer Kidler created a fictitious JPay account on December 23rd, 2019, and had a total of 99 communication interaction messages to and from an inmate until January 26, 2020. Of those written communications documented, Officer Kidler sent 40 written communication messages to inmate and received 59 communication messages from inmate. Officer Kidler also sent 2 money currency transactions of $50 each to inmate on January 7, 2020.
His videos it fucked up the whole system. I know them boys that was doing time in there. Like, yo, after he put out that news video, it probably got so tight in the Florida Department of Corrections. Man, I know they probably like, yo, what the fuck? This goddamn Jake guy.
10:51 a.m. and 12:57 p.m. The last 4 digits of the Visa card used were recovered, and the inmate admitted he was receiving electronic communication via the fictitious name with Officer Kidler, as well as smuggled contraband from her. Officer Kidler supervised this inmate 11 times from November 15th, 2019 to December 9th, 2019. On April 24th, 2020, a sworn recorded interview was conducted with the inmate at Florida State Prison. The inmate indicated that Correctional Officer Kayla J. Kidler is also Mary J. King, the person who sent him electronic communication messages in the JPay computer system while he is in prison. The inmate advised Officer Kidler is sending him messages and photographs because she loves him. The inmate explained that Officer Kidler talks about their relationship and talks about sexual relations. The inmate indicated that Officer Kidler told him that that's what bathrooms are for in the laundry room. The inmate explained that Officer Kidler talked a lot about drama going on at work and how she hated her job as a correctional officer, as well as who was snitching on who. The inmate admitted that Officer Kidler smuggled cigarettes to him on 3 separate occasions. The inmate explained that Officer Kidler brought him 4 packs on each said occasion. The inmate advised that Officer Kidler took off the brown cigarette filters and wrapped the cigarettes in plastic cellophane and electrical tape. The inmate also indicated that Officer Kidler gave him her 2019 Thanksgiving meal, consisted of mashed potatoes, turkey, and macaroni and cheese. The inmate advised that the cigarettes Officer Kidler smuggled to him were worth a total of $600 in the prison for 12 packs. The inmate indicated that Officer Kidler took a photograph of a tattoo that she got with the inmate's name on her person and sent the photograph to him via a JPay electronic message. The inmate described the electronic messages were like boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, and he indicated that the JPay messages in this case are true and correct. The inmate advised Officer Kidler talked about having sex in the bathroom with him and marriage. The inmate indicated that Officer Kidler smuggled him 3 separate drops of cigarettes in October, November, and December of 2019. Jake's video was uploaded December 19th, 2019. So by getting this inmate to acknowledge the timeline of his drops,
hey Tay, call my page, man.
Timeline with the incidents recorded.
Look, Rob in Florida, he know what that shit did. Hey Tay, you be liking these creative players. Yo, it's not a badge of honor. He presents himself like he's something that he ain't. You heard the interview on No Jumper. I didn't want to go home. Who the fuck says they scared to go home? A person that's been locked up for 40 years. A person that's institutionalized. He's portraying the image. I wasn't scared to go home. I did 3 years. I couldn't wait to go home. He's on this bitch talking about he was scared to go home. I was prepared for anything that come along with it. He's presenting himself like he's really out in the mix. And he wasn't. That's why Rikers Island comes up, because he acts like he's a jail guy. He can go to any penitentiary in the state of Florida. But what you find out was he was on lockup everywhere he went, because he was writing grievances everywhere he fucking went. Come on, yo, you gotta read past. You gotta dig a little bit deeper, yo. The surface level.
Was making a direct connection between this inmate, his distribution of contraband, and the videos that were now viral.
At this video.
Also directly tied this officer to the case and would give the department a chance to close his books on it. But it wouldn't stop there. As with all investigations, one clue leads to another, and another if you have the will to find it. On August 20th, 2020,
that shit
a sworn recorded interview was conducted with Correctional Lieutenant Mark Avery.
Fuck, he just left home.
Lieutenant Avery indicated while reviewing JPay emails to
the man did a year in prison. He just left home. Fuck, you scared to go back? Yo, a lot of times, yo, people don't even consider it a bit unless you do 18 months straight. You ain't do 18 months straight. You ain't even did no bit for real in a lot of people's eyes.
Inmates in the prison, he observed suspicious emails to an inmate housed at the Florida State Prison West Unit. Lieutenant Avery advised he observed JPay email from a Mary King to an inmate. The emails were of a personal and romantic nature, ranging from "I love you" to marriage, and recently having each other's names tattooed on each other.
And see, this the thing, yo, people gotta understand, yo. This the thing people gotta understand, yo. These guys that's in there doing this shit, they depend on this. Like these female officers that got locked up, you know, that shit probably crippled people money. People be sending money home. That shit probably crippled their money. I'm sure it did. Fuck probably. What Rob just say? Rob in Florida. Rob just say Florida Department of Corrections was on lockdown for a whole month. Every prison. They ran K9 Dugs through every dorm. Like, yo, they didn't ask for this. Those guys didn't ask 1090 Jake to do this.
AKA Mary J. King, emailed a tattoo she had done on January 4th, 2020, and sent a picture of the tattoo on January 14th, 2020. In one email, the inmate stated that they have been talking for a short while, seeing each other on various occasions since December 23rd, 2019, which is when Mary J. King JPay account was set up. Lieutenant
Look, she
Avery
going up there, been
indicated
at least
Mary
5
J.
years.
King was not listed to visit an inmate, so how would she see the inmate? Lieutenant Avery indicated the Mary J. King name was fictitious, so he searched the address on an open source. Lieutenant Avery indicated the address came back to Correctional Officer Kayla J. Kittler, who was working at the Florida State Prison West Unit. Lieutenant Avery advised he reviewed the dates of the emails and Officer Kittler's work schedule to include time at the prison working, days off, and days she called in. Lieutenant Avery advised the emails indicated Officer Kittler was smuggling contraband into the prison. Lieutenant Avery explained the inmate wrote in an email to Officer Kittler that he is out of SIGs this morning, but that tomorrow morning will be a different story. Lieutenant Avery also explained that the inmate instructs Officer Kittler to send 4 toys, slang for cell phones, to an address on Palmer Street in Jacksonville, Florida. An address that belongs to Samantha Lester, the girlfriend of inmate Dustin Bond, Department of Corrections number 132640. Lieutenant Avery advised that inmate Bond is involved in the introduction and sale of contraband in this prison and is currently in confinement for cell phone possession. So here we have a prime example. Dustin Bond, doing his time, had about 17 years left to serve, and because Jake tipped off on this officer, and they investigated phones brought in by her, they uncovered information about Dustin's operation. Not only did this cause him to be placed in confinement, but it also caused him to be deprived of his visiting privileges. I doubt that he expressed a willingness or asked Jake to have him deprived of what small amount of privileges he has in exchange for bringing awareness to Florida's contraband problem. I mean, why go through all of that to change the things when he could just stop doing what he's doing? Lieutenant Avery indicated he questioned the inmate about having a relationship with Officer Kittler, and the inmate admitted to the relationship with Kittler. Lieutenant Avery advised the inmate displayed a tattoo on his ring finger of Kayla and told Officer Kittler that he did it for her. Lieutenant Avery indicated an inventory of inmate property revealed a piece of paper with the address of Officer Kittler. The inmate admitted to Lieutenant Avery the address belonged to Officer Kittler. Lieutenant Avery indicated the inmate told him Officer Kittler brought him a Thanksgiving meal consisting of turkey, mashed potatoes, and macaroni and cheese from outside the prison in November 2019. They eating good and everything. Lieutenant Avery advised inmate admitted to receiving cigarettes from Officer Kittler, which in turn he sold to other inmates. Lieutenant Avery indicated Officer Kittler supervised inmate as a housing officer at the Florida State Prison West Unit. Lieutenant Avery indicated that Officer Kittler discussed in the emails taking showers together with inmate, as well as other sexual activities and sexual preferences. Lieutenant Avery indicated that some messages Officer Kittler sent discussed having children together with the inmate. Lieutenant Avery explained Officer Kittler's fictitious JPay account was started in December of 2019, but the relationship started before that, reflecting back to the Thanksgiving meal she introduced into the prison for the inmate. He definitely telling. He telling on August 30th, 2020, a sworn recorded interview was conducted with Correctional Captain Julie Bailey. Captain Bailey indicated she supervised Officer Kittler at the Florida State Prison West Unit and was responsible to update officers' emergency contact information. Like you can't, like it's different between getting mistreated by the guards. You talking about bringing in drugs. Like
Them people depend on that shit. That's on them. If they want to indulge, that's on them. You don't shed light on that part of the fucking prison system.
Include the home address. Captain Bailey advised she asked Officer Kidler what's her address, and Officer Kidler alluded she was having to move but has not moved yet. Captain Bailey explained that Officer Kidler said she lived in Georgia but declined to give her address and acted suspicious. Captain Bailey indicated the conversation took place before January 28, 2020. The documents and photographs mentioned in this report are attached in the Office of the Inspector General electronic case file. As we can clearly see here, despite Jake's protests that he only told on crooked COs, that's not the case at all. He would try to sell the theory that he released the videos at the request of the inmates, that the inmates recorded the videos because they wanted to get the word out to the world about the prison conditions, and that he was just using his platform to help them do so. According to Jake, the Florida Department of Corrections system was so corrupt that inmates couldn't even trust that things they reported to officers would be taken serious or mentioned to the higher-ups. In my humble opinion, any inmate who asked Jake to expose this was probably somebody who owed a tab he couldn't pay, or was somebody who had absolutely no say-so on the compound and wanted people removed. That might make sense to a lot of y'all, as most of the world
I don't even think nobody would even do no shit like that.
In prison, it's a whole different ball game. And not to glorify prison or anything, it's just saying that if you never been, then you wouldn't understand. But those who have been understand that there's a different set of rules that are played by.
I bet they is,
With that being said, Jake knew that he was doing something wrong when he did this. He knew that, but that's why he tried to cover.
It didn't even just stop there. He got people on the streets arrested. Like his whole come up included
Jake's
getting people arrested. Look at this. Look at the video. Let me go back to this video. I ain't gonna play the whole one because we already looked at it. But for people that haven't seen it, salute to Bob and Blake, man. Make sure y'all tap into my man's channel, man. This one right here. Look at this one. This is even worse.
1090.
This is even worse. I'm like 10 minutes of it play.
It's not crafty. It's your craft.
Those inmates still doing time and the consequences they may face, K-Frog will hold no punches when stating how common those things are to see in Florida prison. Yet he would hold back when asked how he got the phone to record it. He would also make it clear that he expected no consequences because he was already released. K-Frog's videos landed him on the news, and the Florida DOC announced an investigation. His move would inspire many Florida inmates to tell their story. But if you know anything about prison stories, then you know the bigger, the better. May 1st, 2019. A buzz in prison genre YouTube channel by the name of Lockdown 23-1 would bring on a guest by the name of 1090 Jake. Jake would captivate the audience with his graphic storytelling and seemingly endless thread of knowledge regarding the horrors of the Florida Department of Corrections. Different from K-Frog, Jake would go in depth with his stories, not only detailing every step of the incidents, but also state names of individuals involved as well as the facilities.
I'm telling y'all, all this was get back. Like that's what I'm saying. He tries to portray like himself like he was good in there, but he wasn't. He was getting treated. He was getting locked in a sock, getting slashed on his face. like he was getting disrespected in there, man. So he came home and blew the whistle on it, on a whole operation. He just shot it. He fucked everybody over. And he somehow got praised for it.
From the audience, as the comments were filled with people who could relate to Jake's story in the same facilities. The interviewer, a guy by the name of Death, would tell Jake he should create his own YouTube channel, and Jake would do exactly that very same day. About a week later, Jake would make his first upload. In it, he would go over the stories he told during his Lockdown 23-1 interview, and over the next couple of weeks, he would elaborate more on his stay in the Florida Department of Corrections. While all of this information was
that's
valuable
exactly what
to the
happened, Rob.
Department of Corrections, and they made no secret about the fact that they were investigating these Florida prison videos, this information was even more valuable to the Tampa Police Department. Over the next couple of weeks, Jake's Florida prison interview would do hundreds of thousands of views, and among those views were employees of the Department of Corrections, ex-employees, senators, and the Office of the Inspector General. Florida Department of Corrections was experiencing a vast amount of overdose deaths and making headlines. These videos from the inmates made it seem as if the department was lawless. However, they told a story of officers being controlled by specific groups, and in order to stop this, the groups would need to be taken down from the outside in. Catching an inmate and sending them to the hole would just signify the next man up. But if the department could find out who the supplier was and assist law enforcement in a criminal prosecution, that would significantly cripple the operation, if not end it. In Jake's interview, he would tell a story in which he self-identifies as a blood, and he has since boasted his reputation as such. But the part of his story that everybody seemed to look over, except the department, was his claims of being down with NPR. Allegedly, the NPRs, or Money, Power, Respect, was started in Tampa because Tampa was more into hood banging than gang banging. Meaning in Tampa, affiliations were named after neighborhoods. While this was cool in Tampa, when guys from Tampa would catch cases, they would be outnumbered because their set would be limited to just their Tampa neighborhood. NPR was designed to be an umbrella where no matter what hood you were from or gang you claimed, if you were from Tampa, you had a home in the Florida Department of Corrections. And because the umbrella covered the entire Tampa,
it just take longer when you're doing it the right way, when you ain't chasing clout and shit.
This also created relationships between criminals from different sides of Tampa. And the violence these relationships allegedly caused once the inmates were released are what put them on the radar of the Tampa police. Jake would tell stories of NPR members extorting other inmates, guards bringing contraband in for NPR members, and even identify not only members but also alleged leaders. He would discuss how NPR's leaders were known as violent, giving explanation to how they were able to control dorms, and also how that power allowed him to have influence and status over other inmates.
Like, yo, how would he think that's cool? That's how you know he couldn't have been involved. He couldn't be involved like he's like. How would you think this is cool? Like, this was all intentional. Ain't no way he ain't know what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
When you get to prison is another level. Prison has different groups and different gangs other than Blood, Crip, Latin King, folks, like outside of that. So Tampa specifically has MPI, which is Money, Power, Respect.
Talk about making an investigation easy. Jake would tell how he became affiliated with the NPRs.
So kind of find out the head of the Zoes is in this dorm with me, the main head of who we're at war with. And all my boys that were in the reception center before me, when they came to Sumter, they all got flipped in the barbershop. One of them, so all the Bloods that came before me got took off the compound the second they got there. So that's basically what the word was when I got there. Now, when I got there, being that I'm from Tampa, Tampa got its own prison gang called NPR. And the head of NPR, shout out to Quay, the head of NPR was in C-Dorm where I was at.
Yo, the man said the head of NPR, shout out to Quay. You think Quay wanted the whole world to know that he was the head of NPR? So if it was any doubt who was the head, 1090 Jake just fucking stamped it.
And he was like the hardest bumping kid at Sumter. You know what I mean? Like, he's just knocking everything out. Nobody wanted to fight Quay. They had rumors that he had metal plates in his hands because everybody he fights, their jaw is just hanging off. You know what I mean? We get to Sumter and things started popping off real quick. You know what I mean? We started extorting people that were in there because we weren't just going to sit there and act like we were new to this. You know what I mean? But
Bloods or the NPR?
NPR. I was the only blood in there.
He would break down how NPR would commit violent acts against other inmates in furtherance of extortion.
So when we first got into the orientation dorm, me and two other NPRs we ran down on somebody, and you know, what was supposed to happen was we both had like little pokers made out of fence, like fence wire. You know what I mean? We straighten them out, you sharpen them up. Just trying to make them like break it off. We're gonna extort you. You know what I mean? So one kid yoked him up, but while he yoked him up and we're poking him, the kid was choking him the whole time. We thought he was just holding him in place. So we're telling him like, break it off, break it off. And we look up and the kid turns blue. And we're like, bro, let go of him. What are you doing? He lets go. The kid hits the floor. We think he's out of there. You know what I mean?
He ain't participate. Yeah, he did not participate. That's some shit he watched. But gonna throw himself in the mix.
Would even talk about how he was exiled by his own gang, the Bloods. Had nobody to ride with him. They put a hit out on him, and the only person who was willing to assist him was only going to assist him because of NPR.
He blood. If you got a problem with that, and he turns to the cell block and he yells out, I got $50 on his head in canteen right now. So you just put a hit out on me in front of everybody. So I yell out, who gonna take the hit? Because every next day, when we're going to chow, the doors pop, I come out. There was someone with me from Sumter. He's a BD, a black disciple. We got cool because he was actually in the room with the head of NPR at Sumter.
Yeah, basically that's what he did
so
going up. Yeah, cool I ain't even catch that. You're right.
Dude told me, you know, the night before this happened, he's like, yo, I got your back.
But Jake would really open up a can of worms when he would discuss guards being controlled by NPR.
Walked over the hotel dorm, which is H dorm. You know what I mean? This is where they put the youth offenders. The first, I think it was wings, wing 1, 2, and 3. Wing 1 was 18 and under, 2, 19, 20, 3, 21 and 24. The youngest one, 18 and under, that's where I'm going. It's the baddest one, it's the wildest one. Man, one staring at me through the glass door. I went in there, they pressed me. I'm telling actually knew someone else from Tampa that was in there. Everything I said was verified. But the crazy part was, once the other shift worked, this shift was gangbanging. The black dude was supposed to be in with MPI, which is from Tampa. What used to happen is when new people would get shipped, me and would let us greet the new inmates. So he would ask.
Listen to this shit. Yo, like, what are you doing, bro? The fuck is you doing? Like, he just telling on the whole operation. Even mentioning the jail.
Knew someone else from Tampa that was in there. Everything I said was verified. But the crazy part was, once the other shift worked, this shift was gangbanging. The black dude was supposed to be in with MPI, which is from Tampa. What used to happen is when new people would get shipped, me and would let us greet the new inmates. So he would ask, is anybody here in a gang? Me and Bone would raise our hand. Then the other inmates would raise their hand. You know what I'm saying?
Why you had to mention Bone? Why you like, why you had to mention Bone, man? Keep Bone out of it. Yo, whenever I talk about my case, yo, do I ever mention a co-defendant? Like, I don't never say their names. If I'm talking about my case, I'm talking about me. I never mention nobody else's name, yo, because that shit is not important.
What gang are you in? Oh, I'm a whatever. I'm a blood. This CO is giving us first dibs to extortion. This CO was letting us run down and verify who was who.
Because NPR was Tampa-based, Tampa would be most familiar with who these people were, and so they took charge.
Said he lied about the whole
Just
shit.
days after Jake's videos started to go viral, the Tampa police began investigating NPR's possible engagement in drug distribution. Jake would make this even easier as he would begin to post pictures and Instagram handles, giving the police not only an identification of who he meant, but also a place to start looking around and see what type of activity that person might be engaged in. Most notably, Jake would post the Instagram of NPR member Quay and allege that he was a leader. This would lead the Tampa police to surveying the social media of Quay and discovering other NPR members. In August of 2019, while doing surveillance, Tampa police noticed NPR member Javon Close was posting Instagram photos of himself holding firearms. Just recently released from prison, just the mere possession of a firearm was a federal offense for him, so they set up a perimeter in an attempt to catch him with the weapon. According to federal documents, throughout August 2019, law enforcement officers observed Javon Close posting videos of himself on Instagram possessing and or brandishing firearms. One such video was posted August 21st, just 2 days before Close was arrested in this case. Based on a check of Close's criminal record,
all of this is happening around his videos. Look, all 2019, when he came to the internet with them fucking videos. Like, how ironic. How ironic he start posting them videos. Now you got all these investigations coming down.
Convicted felon and prohibited from possessing firearms or ammunition. Additionally, based on Close's social media
That's why he wrote all them
activity and
grievances.
tattoos, officers believed Close was a member
He was
of the
checking
Money
in.
Power Respect NPR gang. On the evening of August 23rd, 2019, a law enforcement officer reviewed social media posts and observed a new Instagram video in which Close appeared to be possessing a gun. The document would state that the police knew Close to frequently hang out in the Tampa Sulphur Springs neighborhood and believed him to be in possession of a gun and thus committing a crime. Officers traveled to the Sulphur Springs neighborhood planning to surveil the area, locate Close, and wait for probable cause to stop him. At approximately 10:25 p.m., an officer driving an unmarked police car observed Close riding a bicycle coming towards him, wearing the same clothes as the ones he was wearing in his most recent Instagram video, in which he appeared to possess a gun.
Fast said Jake did a lot to be in population for 2 weeks. Right. Like, come on now. Where Tay at? We gotta call Tay back after this.
Posted earlier that evening. While riding his bicycle, Close turned left at an intersection without first stopping at a stop sign, thus committing a traffic infraction. An officer in an unmarked vehicle attempted to conduct a traffic stop on Close. Rather than comply, Close fled, first on the bicycle, then on foot. Eventually, Close tripped, allowing officers to catch up to him and apprehend him. Close was wearing a satchel bag. This would take place at North Mulberry and East Sitka in the Sulphur Springs neighborhood, just 5 minutes from where 1090 Jake himself once lived with his aunt.
Eventually, your side hustle might take off, and you've got some great opportunities to work with some new clients. One problem, though, you need a...
When officers stood close up, they found the Taurus Model G2S 9mm pistol loaded with 5 rounds with a holster on the ground a few feet away. Inside the satchel, police found ice, ecstasy, prescription pills, and powder. Officers would transport Close to the station where he was advised of his Miranda rights and agreed to speak with the officers. While in the station, the police would question Close about his NPR affiliation. According to these Florida DOC videos, NPRs were running it, and the police wanted to know who was providing them with the drugs to sell on the inside. Close denied being NPR despite having it tattooed. In a police report prepared by Officer David Barton, he would state, "I pointed to a 7 on his arm and asked him, 'What does it stand for?' He said, 'It's my lucky number.'" Close also had Drake tattooed on his forearm. Officer DeBush pointed out NPR tattooed on Close's forearm and asked him what it stood for. He said Money, Power, Respect. Close denied being a member of NPR and said there was also a song he liked with NPR in it. I asked him if the 7 was a symbol of NPR and he said it was, but again said he was not in the NPR gang. Close would tell police he lived with his mom and had a job washing cars. Police asked if he was on Facebook and he said no. Police asked if he was on Instagram and he said he was. He gave them a handle, but they were unable to find a page under that name. Police then went back to his NPR tattoos. Close would state that he got the NPR tattoo in 2012 before he went to prison, and he got the 7 tattoo while he was in prison. Close again adamantly denied that he was NPR, stating that he was a Drake, Sulphur Springs, but Sulphur Springs is not a gang, just a neighborhood. The police would tell Close that he was lying to them about his Instagram name and ask him if he was on Instagram under anything else. This time he would reveal his true Instagram handle. Detective DeBush would later state in a supplement to the police report that at the time of the arrest, the police had been watching Javon's Instagram for several weeks. Javon had just been released months earlier in April. Just days later, on September 5th, NPR would take another blow as Gregory Reeves, an alleged high-ranking member of NPR, would also be arrested. According to reports, during an operation in September 2019, detectives utilized surveillance cameras to monitor a group of about 10 subjects who had been loitering in an apartment complex that was a known hangout spot for Money, Power, Respect, aka NPR, and 9 Trey Blood gang members. Based on intelligence gathered, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office gang unit was able to identify a high-ranking NPR gang member. Detectives also learned that the 9 Trey Blood gang out of New York was in the process of forming an alliance with the NPR gang to sell narcotics in the Tampa area. The high-ranking NPR gang member was seen on surveillance video getting into a car and leaving the apartment complex. Detectives conducted a traffic stop and the gang member fled on foot. After a short pursuit, the subject was apprehended and was found to be in possession of narcotics and a handgun with a removed serial number. The gang member was a 4-time convicted felon that had just been released from Florida State Prison. He was charged with multiple offenses, including armed trafficking in MDMA and felon in possession of a firearm. The feds also believed that this arrest disrupted the relationship between the NPRs and the 9 Trey Bloods. As previously stated, Craig had just been released from prison on June 26, 2019. So less than 90 days after getting out, he was back in prison and would eventually be sentenced to 23 years. Things wouldn't stop there, as Jake would up the ante just months later. Considering Jake had only...
Man, shoot the Byron Blake, man. He doing good work over there, man. Exposing all the fuckboy activity. That man did them videos and knew what he was doing. And fucked up everything they had going on in Florida. Let me call Tay back, man, because Tay wants to defend this activity. So let's see if we can get Tay on the line.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Yo, yeah, you got turn your camera on, yo. You got your camera on?
No, I ain't gonna turn it. I got my son not feeling good right now, so I'm gonna keep the camera off.
All right, so
I'm here with my son right now.
So what you was saying in the comments, man, because basically what you was trying to say is what's the difference between exposing corruption behind the wall and exposing drugs being used?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you're telling me to expose the corruption that's going on, and I'm telling you, if I expose that, everything comes with that. Well, that's cool. I'm cool with that. That's what I'm saying. So then you can't say, oh yeah, he's snitching because he exposed me to making money. I think I was totally serious. If I tell you this what comes with that, that's what comes with it.
But who said that?
That's what I'm saying. He did the interview and he said, yo, this is what happened. He got you on the phone. He got the interview. He got the video on the channel. I'm doing my son right now, but he got the interview on his channel. He talking to the phone. He's like, yo, there's no about put that out. What's gonna happen, right? He said, yeah, yo, but it's cool because we get treated like shit in here, yo. And I don't like it. And he stop. That's what happened.
Yo, I have a hard time believing it. Anybody that was benefiting off that called him and told him that. Like, yo, you ever been in prison before, Tay?
Plenty of times.
So you've been in prison plenty of times. You know how important that flow of traffic is inside a prison.
Yo, I'm not saying that it's not, but that's no different than right now. You've been down a booking before, right? You've done a booking before, right?
Yeah.
If a motherfucker gets stabbed down a booking, what happens? Everybody gets shaken down. And what's the first thing a nigga say? Yo, we ain't telling him to do that. Yo, that nigga dumb as shit for doing that. No, everybody getting shaken down. That's why everything is done in a way where everybody knows what's going on. We all move in this type of way. So when you people decide to do something different and fuck something up, they the ones that get charged. They the ones that get looked at funny. Not nobody, not the CEOs, not nobody else. Because if you stab this man and we ain't know you doing that, and now everybody starts get hit on the chin, yo, why you do that? Yo, they just took the shot myself too. Yo, break this and the third, blah, blah, blah.
Yo, that's not the same. That's being done inside of prison. We talking about somebody that's outside of prison. Like you can't. Bro, I don't understand that analogy.
No, what I'm saying is, if you call me, if like you said, I would never report that. I understand that. I can respect that. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing it. What I'm saying is, if you call me and say, yo, put this out there, yo, look at this. Niggas been sick for 2 days, they ain't get no help, blah, blah, blah. Hey, yo, what's going on with him? Yo, he having this, that, and the third. Oh, I mean, you know, if I put that out there, yo, this was gonna come with that. Yo, I don't care, yo, fuck that shit.
So what about him saying that the phones is coming in through the COs? How does that tie into your narrative?
Because everybody know how the phones are getting in there.
No. Come on, Tay. He went on the news. He went on the news and said the phones and drugs are coming in through the COs. How does that tie into what you're saying?
Yo,
that's something totally different.
It's not though. Who else you gonna say? Yo,
it's a million ways things get in. Tay, it's a million ways.
I'm not gonna put my people in that. I don't care about this COs. They treat us like shit anyway. Throw them under the bus. If this CO gets bottled, get 2 years, who cares?
Would you have done it?
I wouldn't have done it.
All right, that's why you standing for it. See, that's what I don't understand, bro. You know it's a violation. You know it's a violation. But you over here standing for it, bro. If you wouldn't do it, you know it's a violation.
No, what I'm saying, I wouldn't do it because I don't care enough to do it.
Because you know it's a violation, bro.
No, listen, yo. Like, I work a job right now. I'm from the street. My son's screaming, so I apologize.
No, you good. Go ahead. Are you straight? I get it.
I'm from the streets, yo. I work a job. Now, I work a union job, right?
Mm-hmm.
I talk to my man every time something go wrong. Yo say, yo, put a grievance in. And he say, yo, you know what's going to happen for the grievance in, though, right? They're going to be on your ass, make sure you're on your P's and Q's. And I say, yo, what about the other niggas, though? Because they doing this. Fuck them niggas, yo. Niggas get too accustomed to doing shit one way. So when you come in and you throw a monkey wrench in the plans, niggas ain't going to like it. So they start to benefit from it. So when I was putting in grievances for shit, niggas ain't like it. Yo, why you keep putting in grievances? Yeah, y'all not really keep playing me like that. They playing with y'all like that. Y'all been here 20 years, 15, 35 years. And if accepting that shit, I'm not doing that, yo. If they tell me, like how they speaking, I'm supposed to get a half-hour lunch break, and they giving me a 15-minute break, telling me, no, that's what we got to give you, I'm going to put a grievance in for that. Everybody going to get mad. But once niggas start saying me, oh, well, the grievance went through, yo, this shit passed, so now everybody get half an hour break. Niggas going to eat off that plate, though. Ain't nobody going to say, yo, Smoking down the shit for doing that.
So you think overall, you think the people in the Florida penitentiary system is happy that 1090 Jake put these videos out and got COs arrested and got people visitation rights took. You think overall they satisfied? Thank you, 1090 Jake.
I can't say that.
But that's basically what you're saying in your analogy about putting grievances in that work.
No, what I'm saying is, few niggas probably get put on lockdown. They not gonna like it. They can complain. But if 20 niggas say, yo, that grievance up the top, we made out.
Yo, but that's not what happened though, bro. That's not what happened in 1090 Jake's situation. They shook down the whole Florida Department of Corrections.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Did they do the same thing with Melly? Not Melly, I apologize. When Lucci got stabbed in Georgia.
When Lucci got stabbed in Georgia. But that's something that happened in prison, bro. We talking about a guy on the outside. I don't know, but we talking about a guy on the outside blowing the whistle on things that's going on inside.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, but that's what we're talking about, though, Tay.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm saying if something happened in the jail, yo, this is happening in the jail. Oh, for real? I can do what I gotta do. Yo, I need help with that and third. You might not give me no help. Let me give you an example. You hear me?
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you an example. My brother, right? My brother locked up right now. Doing life for 20 years. My brother got asthma, yo. He don't not give my brother his medicine. My brother say, yo,
that's different,
I ain't
bro.
my medicine in 2 days. I'm just saying, I ain't my medicine in 2 days. Oh, we ain't got nothing to do with that. You gotta talk to these people. You ain't got medicine in 2 days. Oh, no, you ain't on that. You ain't on that. You gotta go to somebody else. My brother put me grievances and all. I ain't get my medicine. My brother said put in grievances for like three weeks, almost a month straight. Not getting no.
But Tay, that's not the same, Tay.
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, listen, I'm ready to get to it. My brother called my mother. Yo, they not giving my medicine. Yo, I ain't get my medicine in 3 weeks. They almost a month. My mother had to call up. Yo, my son might get his medicine. Oh no, we don't. Oh, I'm not about that. It's in the third. My mother had to call 3 days in a row. All right, don't worry about it. Next day, I'm gonna call my lawyer. And I'm gonna call y'all back. My mother called the lawyer on 3 way. Yo, why my brother not get his medicine? Oh, we don't know nothing. We gonna look into it right now. It's in the third. Blah blah blah.
Hey, Tay.
Then on that day, my brother get his medicine.
Tay.
The nigga already tight. The nigga on the door and say, yo, your people caught up here? Yeah, yo, my mother's standing served. All right, you something was up. They just came to me, told me I didn't get my medicine. Train my medicine 2 weeks either.
Tay.
No, it's not saying nothing though.
Tay, it's not the same, bro.
What make it different though?
Because we talking about a guy on the outside snitching on COs about phones and things and cigarettes and drugs that people benefit off of. It's people in there that use it. It's people in there that sell it. Like we know it's people in there that send money home. We talking about a guy on the outside that just was an inmate that supposed to understand this lifestyle. That supposed to understand why these things are going. We're talking about a guy coming home and blowing the whistle on the whole operation.
But listen to what you just said though. You wait till you come home and do all that. But you ain't wait till you came home. You wait till you had to get word from somebody else. That mean he came home and kept it to himself all that time. I got word from niggas in there. Yo, this is still going on, bro. Blah, so forth and so on.
If
I was gonna fuck it up, I would have been dead then.
Yeah, I know if they'd have called me and told me they would, I wouldn't even have done it. You said you wouldn't even have done it, but
I wouldn't. Yeah.
But you trying to explain it like there's nothing wrong with it.
No, I'm not saying that I would.
You are explaining it like there's nothing wrong with it, bro.
You said what happened?
You explain it like there's nothing wrong with it.
No, what I'm saying is, if somebody inside tell you to do that,
yo,
you say I wouldn't have did that. But somebody, if something go wrong from this, and y'all had the opportunity to stop that, would you feel bad about it? Answer that question. Would you feel bad
if something go wrong? If something go wrong from the flow of drug traffic? No.
No, I'm talking about if a nigga gets stabbed or a nigga OD in that motherfucker.
Yo, that's prison life, bro. That's prison life. It's prison life.
I didn't say that then. All right, but listen. All right, so listen. Like you just said, prison life, right? That's what you said, prison life, right?
Yeah.
But you just on the other video not too long ago talking about Melly getting treated bad. That's prison life.
No, it's not. No. That's different. What's going on? Let me. You maybe don't understand Melly's situation. What's going on with Melly right now is Melly has been locked up for 6 years fighting the case. That's constitutionally illegal. Melly been on lockup for 3 years on a ticket that he was found not guilty on. That's constitutional illegal. It's not the same, bro. Like you look. All right, let me give you an example. I caught a toothache. I caught a tooth. What you call that shit? My mouth swelled up because I had a tooth problem in the joint. I fill out a 1018 form or 9, whatever the fuck them forms called. I think they call it 1018 forms. You feel me? First I go to the bubble. Yo, my face swelled up, my gums, you can barely see my front teeth. They tell me fill out a 1018, right? I fill out a 1018. I give them the phone, call my mother. I tell my mother what's going on. Man, look, my whole mouth is swelled up. You can barely see my front teeth. They tell me I gotta fill out a grievance form. This is gonna take a whole week for them to come see me, right? My mother gets on the phone, calls the jail. I'm out of there. I'm going to the doctors in the next couple hours. That's not the same as a former inmate coming home talking about, yeah, this is how things are being done in prison. This is how they're bringing in drugs. This is how they're bringing in phones. Yo, that's different, bro. That shit caused a whole statewide investigation in Florida penitentiary system. It went to the news. That's like me going on Fox 45 investigates. That's like me being in Maryland Department of Corrections and then going to Fox 45 investigates and be like, yeah, man, it's fucked up down there, man. Man, COs and that bitch bringing in knives, guns. Come on, bro. That's totally different, bro. It's totally different. Like, I get what you're saying about, being mistreated, not getting fed. Not getting fed is totally different than blowing a whistle on the illegal activities that people benefit. That's part of the prison life.
But this is what I'm saying. Like how you saying part of prison life. If Melly is in there getting treated bad, right? And he got right in his lawyer like, yo, my client getting treated bad. It's the third blah. All it takes is for one nigga to be like, shit, he'll be right. It's the same thing to me. They ain't make it right. If you pull up, yo, that ain't fair, yeah, they just said that shit ain't fair, yo. I've been telling niggas that. But nobody won't believe me because you wait till Melly get it. It ain't what happened to a family nigga for to get a dang.
Yo, that's why it's important to have.
No, I'm not saying that. Stop,
and that's but Melly's situation is different than what 1090 Jake did, bro. Like, there's nothing wrong with Melly. Melly's situation is fair game. If he was blowing a whistle on what's going on with Melly, that's fair game. But when you start talking, when you start telling on correctional officers that inmates are benefiting from, yo, that's totally different, bro. It ain't no justification.
Listen,
it ain't no justification for that.
What I'm saying is the same field you said is another nigga benefit from somebody else do some shit though. The same way you've been down a button. How many of them fields on motherfucking BGF? Them pop niggas that got niggas hit up.
I don't know.
But you don't get your. A lot of them down there.
Like, yo, see, that's what I'm saying, man. All right, bro. See, we ain't doing that. See, that's what I'm saying. We don't do that.
I'm just saying.
We don't do that on social media, bro.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying if that's what's happening. And like the same way you say your niggas benefit, and somebody might be benefit. I'm niggas taking that out on the other end. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So all what you saying makes sense, but it's like, yo, you saying niggas benefit. Okay, cool. But at the same time, if it's benefiting off this man back, then how can it be good though? If that's like we can see when I got something to get back the door. How successful can I be?
Who hurting from the flow of drugs in the prison system?
Well, I can't say that.
I'm asking you. You just brought up another analogy. So I'm asking you, who is it hurting?
Oh, if a nigga OD, that's what his family got to deal with that.
But who did somebody force him to take the drugs?
Yo, I don't know. I would hope not.
Then what are we talking about? That hey Tay, I appreciate your call, bro. Man, sweet to tell you, man. All right, yo. So Big Meech. Big Meech. So yesterday, right, I ran across a post from Cuffy daughter. And look at this. Matter of fact, let me show this first.
Shout out to Big Meech. Welcome home. Quit playing with dude.
Yo, it's so many people, yo, that's rat sympathizers in this world. It's crazy. Like, all you gotta do is have some money and you can rat all you want. People who love you for it.
Quit playing with dude. You know, I'm gonna say that much. Over and out. I catch y'all when I catch y'all. It's buck, bitch. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Big Meech.
Yo, he just want to be a part of something.
Quit playing with dude.
Y'all funny, yo.
Quit playing with dude.
Look, right. It's crazy the amount of people, yo, that's not trying to accept reality when it comes down to Big Meech. But look at this. This is Cuffy daughter, y'all. Look what she posted. We loved you like family. I still can't believe you folded on my dad. He was gonna ride or die with you. 1993 at grandma's house. This is Big Meech, yo, with Cuffy kids, man. Yo, come on, bro. How you like, oh, this was your real friend. You know, everybody just don't let people around their kids, man. You at the man grandmother. You at the man grandmother house, man. Meet your fucking slime ball, yo. Like I told y'all, you can't trust nobody, yo, that's too hell bent on a dollar. Can't trust him. Now, Cuffy did another interview with, I think, Doug Face. Hold up, before I get to that. Look at this. Do y'all see this? They say my man K Shorty told, man. I'm devastated. I like K Shorty, man, but I can't. He fucked over. So if y'all familiar with K Shorty's situation, he got shot when he came home, and his girlfriend that got killed. Now they saying he told on this case, and this is supposed to be the guy that did it.
To law, they sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole. As to count 2, attempted murder in the first degree with a firearm, a life felony, I sentence you to 40 years in the Florida Department of Corrections.
Damn, he got 40 years for shooting K Shorty.
Count 3, shooting and throwing deadly missiles, I sentence you to 15 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. As to count 4, I sentence you to 40 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. As to count 5, I sentence you to 40 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. As to count 6, I sentence you to 40 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. As to count 7,
damn,
I sentence you to 40 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. As to count 8, I sentence you to 15 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. As to count 9, I sentence you to 1,473 days in the Florida Department of Corrections. I will run the sentences in counts 1 through 9. As to count 1,
damn, I ain't niggas trying to hear what they did. God damn, yo, you got stay the fuck out of trouble, man. Shit ain't worth the life, man. But back to Cuffy. Like, yo, I don't think it's debatable if this man ratted or not. I really don't. I don't know what people are listening to. But the man told, man. Big told. So Doug Face did another sit down with Cuffy.
Hey, so listen, I got Blue Da Vinci online. What's up, Blue?
What's going on, big dog?
We ain't finna do, nigga, you a G.
Yeah, stay the fuck out of Florida.
We ain't finna start this shit off with no motherfucking pleasantries. We finna go right to the heart, because I know you a busy man.
Dang, you gotta do 85% of your time in Florida? Damn, it's almost like fed time.
Dude, you hear me?
The first one that was riding around with Tammy trying to get Meech a movie deal, okay? How do you know that, Blue? This is how I know. Because in 2013, I had a blue Bentley, right? And Cuff would come to Atlanta, and you know what I'm saying? So then once he got out and he seen like, oh, he ain't on.
So did you know at that point in time in 2017, did you know that Tammy had
name on this shit so we can have everything legal, and then we just gonna rock with the BMF shit. But it's going out like, but it ain't gonna be Black Mafia family that I'm doing, bro. It's gonna just be BMF.
Florida don't got parole either?
So
God damn.
I've been new. I had the paperwork since 2014. Okay? The initial paper.
Where's Cuffy at?
That didn't try to go fuck with them niggas that I know. And
wait, hold on, Blue. See that?
Call my daughter and call to the neighborhood and let them know, nigga, bro. I don't know what for. It don't explain what for. It don't say if they was giving information. They don't say why. But it's got not just one, but it says inmate with a operating himself on that. No, he wasn't posting shit about the TV show no more. You feel me? It was posting other shit up his page and shit like that.
Well, let me tell you this right here. This shit that the strippers been saying from Miami to Atlanta to New York.
That Florida shit different.
But they say that at the debriefing, did no information come to the government. So what's up with that?
I thought Cuffy was on this call.
They know what I know because we was all there together. My friends just don't be on the internet. Feel me? But at the end
I ain't trying to hear from no Blue Da Vinci. Blue Da Vinci fucking rat his goddamn self.
Out there, there's people that's connected to us. EMF shit, niggas wasn't even supposed to know what the fuck going on. Like,
yeah, I don't want to hear a rat talk about another rat. I thought Cuffy was on that call. It must be this right here.
Night, bro. And it went public in the morning that I cut from a call for niggas that was doing they shit in the because I ain't had to sell no drugs at the beginning. And I get whatever I want. I'm spending more money than these niggas making selling drugs. But then that night that nigga did run down when the nigga be pushing the stroller with me, just me and my just smashed the nigga, chasing the nigga. And come home, shooting movie. Start with Detroit. So you got Detroit out representing BMF. Ask me how many niggas from Detroit was with bitches from the strip club stripping in the middle of the night, drunk, telling
what the
Jeezy,
fuck?
hell yeah, it's finna be on, my nigga.
I don't want to hear that shit. Hey, here you go, right here.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. My name is Dog. And the ghetto has ever produced other than being a straightforward, straight shooter. He's never been accused of doing no. It's Dion. It's an honor to have the opportunity to talk to you.
All right, so this is Cuffy latest
I don't want this to be
conversation.
a traditional interview. Big Meech is on the run. I just found out that his lawyers filed a lawsuit, or they filed.
Oh yeah, I forgot, y'all. He sent 50 a cease and desist. Y'all knew that? That Big Meech sent 50 a cease and desist. Let me find that real quick. Who the fuck sent me that? They try to make it seem like he got pressed. That shit was on Whack 100 page. Hold on. Make sure we got that first. But he already telling. Here you go right here.
Yo, I have to put up a correction. Last night at about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I got a text from some very credible dudes who said they pressed 50 to take down all the Big Meech posts, right? Once
Yeah, hell
again,
yeah, Big Meech
I got
told.
the text, I read it out loud. I was on Clubhouse. I think social media picked it up. Okay. Since then, I've learned that Screech was playing legal games, and that's the way.
Now, he's a rat sympathizer, his goddamn self. That's the funny shit about him. Like, he talks so greasy about rats, but he also embraces rats. And I think he's a federal informant. You know, every time we talk about him, I gotta make that caveat that I think he's a federal informant. That's just my personal opinion. I can't find the paperwork to prove it because for some reason the case don't exist. But he caught a gun case, y'all, when Greg Caton was investigating death row. And somehow it just disappeared.
And the fact that he playing the legal games, let motherfucker know what it is. So I will show you guys the text message I got. I don't want y'all to think I'm trolling 50, right? My error. I got the information and I read it out loud, but comes to find out, I believe 50 snatched it down because Screech is he playing with the legal shit. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna be able to play with it when that woman sit down because what she say goes. So in the meantime, between time, I'm gonna put this up, and then I'm gonna go to my story and put up the text messages so y'all see what I got and reason why I said what I said last night. Again, correction, my apologies. 50 Cent was not pressed to take it down. Big Screech is playing with the police as he's always had. Y'all continue, have a great day. I'm out. Yo.
Yeah, so he sends 50 a cease and desist. Now let's get back to Cuffy. Yeah, that's why I ain't listen to him. I don't want to hear nothing Blue got to say. That's why I never took this shit serious the first time, because it came from Blue.
He cursed her to a lawsuit against 50 Cent and that's why 50 Cent took all of the posts that he made about Big Meech down, because they're trying to file a lawsuit on him. So that's what's going on right now. That's breaking news going on right now. He's trying to stymie me and shut him up.
Okay.
All right.
You know, most of that, what I'm hearing is coming from Stars. He's contractually locked in with Stars.
Okay. So listen, brother. I think the best thing to do is really, because I interviewed Blue Da Vinci earlier today, and I asked him about your contributions to BMF overall, and he said that it is because there are rumors that you meet Big Meech and T.
I met Big Meech in the early 90s. He come to town with a friend of mine, an older gentleman, KT. We're about the same age, so we just hit it off, man. We hit it off. We started getting money together. We moved our families down to Atlanta in the early 90s. So this is nothing new. A nigga ain't have nothing. You know what I mean? So, you know, really the niggas in the D was Lil Boy and the nigga.
Right.
So, you know, when I got the nigga to the loop, You know, I'm telling nigga, come on down here, nigga. I'm gonna put you
Yo,
on
so this
10.
crazy, yo. So Cuffy really the one that blew Meech up. Like, yo really set that man up and he the one that put him on. That's crazy.
Exactly what I did.
Right. Is it true that you actually showed him the value or how to properly move or maneuver in the game, and that you put his first $1 million cash in his hand? Is that true?
That's very true. Like I said, the nigga didn't have nothing. You know, so like I said, I put his game on 10. I'm the first nigga to put $1 million in the nigga hand, and the nigga cried. And the nigga exact words were to me was, the niggas been holding them back in the D.
So that's a little known fact, because most people who are not from that era, they think that Big Meech left Detroit a millionaire already. They're under the impression that when he left because he had grew too big to be here. They don't understand that that's not what was happening. They don't understand that some of the bigger motherfuckers in Detroit were holding their nuts on Big Meech. So he migrated to the South because that was the best thing for him to do.
No, the truth is, no, he was never that type of nigga in the D. His money didn't.
That nigga Cuffy was there from the beginning, man. From the beginning.
Come out of the D. His bread came out of the loot, homie. And the real reason why the nigga ran down south is so that when he did get on, he didn't have to show that real love to them niggas, them PA niggas who held him down forever.
Right.
See, right. That's a sign of a rat.
Right. And that's another look.
That's early signs of a rat. Motherfuckers held you down, then you get up and you move down south. That should have been a red flag right there. Yo, you gotta pay attention to the red flags, man. That should have been a red flag.
Known fact, because when they talk about Big Meech and T and BMF overall in Detroit, they always stay on Southwest. They never talk about the contribution.
I think Cuffy got a lot of shit sealed.
Puritan Ave,
and that Cuffy,
the AA boys made
Blue got
in terms
some shit
of initially
sealed,
holding him down, protecting him, and really kind of like helping him do what he do while he was in Detroit.
Listen, homie, PA niggas was his muscle. This nigga, these niggas from E-Course.
I don't know though. I probably never listened to it to find out, boy. I ain't gonna lie.
So when the nigga really got on, the nigga ran off on them niggas for real. You feel me? Right. Nigga ran down south on them niggas. That's the truth.
I told you, yo, how I am, yo. Once them allegations around your name, like I just back off. Like I probably could never listen to him. Even you know, hear him out for real.
All right, I got you. So listen, I have a series of questions, brother, and I want to do a timeline thing, because right now the whole world, they're kind of like focusing in on what Meech knew, what he didn't know, at what time did he know something, and
we gonna cut all that short off.
Okay.
They've been playing all them games for the longest.
Cuffy straight up dude, man. Look, man, we ain't with all that.
The agent testified that Demetrius Flannery was aware of the deal, and that Demetrius had one request, and that his name does not appear in any documents. This was Special Agent Keith Cromer's testimony. CS1 testified, Tammy Collins, that Demetrius Flannery was aware. She signed him to be a government informant to give Demetrius Flannery a time cut. She had the courtroom clear it out. If you go on Pacer, pull my docket sheet, you'll see what CS1 requested that the courtroom be closed.
Gotcha. Let me ask you a question, Cuffy. At any time during the initial stages of your indictment,
I believe you. I'll take your word for it.
Thing, did you talk to Big Meech, or did you send a message to Big Meech in any way to tell him or to alert him of what was going on?
We sent Big Meech certified mail. Big Meech set me up, and Tammy set me up with this thing in 2013. That's the last time I've heard from this nigga. We sent them correspondence through the attorneys, asking him, is he aware that his name is in court sworn documents, and sending me a truckload of cocaine. He never responded. We know he got the mail because we sent everything certified. I have not heard from this nigga of 32 years since they set me up in 2013.
That's fucked up. Yo, Meech a clown. Y'all know Cuffy, y'all. I know once he got that paperwork, he probably was like, oh my God, yo. Yo, that he probably threw up. Yo, there's somebody that he basically put him under his wing, allowed him to get money in this city, and this how he overpaid him? Overpaid him like this? Wow. That's crazy, yo.
What in the fuck is all these? So right now, some of the most well-known members of BMF, like J-Bo, for example. J-Bo, he is strangely, suspiciously silent about all these facts that are coming out.
Everybody's
I
silent.
believe J-Bo is from St. Louis, isn't he?
He is.
Okay.
He is.
What's your relationship with him?
You know, I never knew J-Bo. He was cool with my little brother, Magic or Wani. He passed on the first BMS indictment. He passed in USP Atlanta from an asthma attack.
Gotcha.
So I never knew J-Bo. He was always one of the little homies. But that's the other question, man. When he got home, I think around 2018, I personally told him what the nigga did to me.
Right.
And the nigga exact words were, man, you sure, huh? You sure, big homie? I said, listen, man, I'm telling you the nigga bad news, homie. This is what I'm telling you, man. So the nigga pointed with me with these words with that, I got to holler at the homie, man. He got to explain this shit. My words to him was, nigga, how can you explain this shit, homie? How can you explain this shit? So I never came out until 2018, until I got Black and White. See, I never knew this nigga roll. I never knew this nigga roll until 2018, to the Franks hearing.
Damn.
And tell us.
Damn. You dirty bitch. That's crazy. Nobody lined your man up. So what is this? I thought we clicked on this.
And tell us what happened in Frank's hearing that really alerted you that Big Meech had a hand in this. What happened?
Well, CS1, Tammy Collins testified that she became a government informant to give the Meech.
Yo, in the paperwork, it was only 3 people on the phone call. So if y'all remember, for people that was watching that video, when we first, started diving back into this, when we read the paperwork, I said, well, shit, he know who told on him. It was only 3 people on the call. So it wasn't even up for debate who CS1 was. If yo say it was Tammy Collins, it was Tammy Collins.
Swing your time cut. And we said, whoa, you serious? So then she further testified that he was aware of the deal. Special Agent Keith Cromer testified that Flannery was aware of the deal. Flannery just wanted to make sure that his name wasn't in any court documents.
So that's
the same thing. And that's the same thing I said. A lot of people take that statement. Oh, well, he said he ain't want nothing to do with it. Like, what the fuck you think he was gonna say? Like, yo, he should have said a whole lot more. Like, if I had a girlfriend and she tried some shit like that, well, I ain't gonna say if my girl tried some shit like that, and if I got booked and my girl tried some shit like that going rogue, and then she come and holler at me and tell me like, yeah, well, I ain't never tell you, but I've been working with the feds to try to get you home. Man, I'm going to lean so hard. It ain't going to be, well, just don't put my name in it. Man, fuck out of here, man. Ain't no way. Relationship over. I don't give a fuck. She don't want to hold me down. Because you just ruined everything. Fuck my name all the way up in the streets. And I got to go around explaining to everybody that I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. And the fact that Meech is so silent, it tells you what's really going on. The man did that, yo, and he set up Tory White, and I'm gonna prove it. Wait till I get that paperwork on Tory White. Nobody's even talking. Everybody keep talking about the Tory White situation. Everybody, whenever I hear people talk about the Tory White situation, right? The fuck? It's always, oh, she was working with the feds before Meech. No, the fuck she wasn't. No, she wasn't, man. Meech is in Tory White's paperwork. I showed y'all that yesterday. It's not by name, but it say her connection to a big time drug dealer. Talking about Meech. Yo, she didn't start working with the feds, to our knowledge, until 2009. Right after Big Meech caught his time. 2008. Caught his time in 08. She became an informant in 09. So it wasn't before Meech. I see a lot of people running with that narrative, and I just want to correct that. Tammy Collins did not start working with the feds before she met Meech. Not true. It was after she met Meech. Her first case is 2009 that we know of. She was already fucking with them boys. If you don't believe me, for the people that's this new that ain't see the live from last night, I'm gonna show you. Then we're gonna get back to the video. What is this? This Tory White paper. Tory White, that's not it. Tory White got caught with some weed and money laundering. Oh, here you go, right here. You see it? Moreover, continued utilization of CS1 in affidavits in the Fed to fully inform the court of the misconduct of CS1, her relationship with another drug dealer, which is Big Meech. This is Tory White's paperwork, y'all. Offers not to prosecute CS1 in return for her cooperation, as well as the fact that while she was working for the government and tapping White, and with the government's knowledge, she was sleeping with White. Meech put this play together. I'm going to prove it. All I need is them 2 motions hearings.
Tell you anything you need to know. Just don't put me on blast.
Man, listen, man, this shit's simple, man. This shit ain't that complicated, man. This nigga
It don't get right. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense, bro.
Me. Yo, bro, what up? Yo, check this out. I got some good people, man. Yo, I gotta get off this joint. Holla at Tammy. Let's get it.
Wow. He said that?
Right. And so that's how it started. So
that's how it started, my nigga.
When you were out
Damn.
Blue earlier, and Blue said that when you came back in the day, when you came down, he gave you access to
so it wasn't intentional like that. Cuffy Pie was the backup plan. Look, we're gonna get Suarez, but if we can't get Suarez, we're gonna get Cuffy. See, y'all gotta realize, though, these people that think like this, they dirty. They ain't fuck loyalty. What the fuck that mean? Cuffy was always the backup plan, man. Listen to how he said he hit him.
When you came down, he gave you access to the Bentley, I believe it was. He said that when you were moving around, in part with Tammy in the attempt to kind of like sell the story. What was your relationship?
No, but Tory White was in Atlanta.
As it relates to the BMF
you know that,
story,
though.
the life rights of Meech, what y'all was trying to do with that?
He introduced me to Tammy around 2009. My job was to procure a movie script.
2009, when Tory White got booked, 2009, it all lines up, yo. He was sending that girl on missions.
So that's what we were working on. I told her that she needed to get his life rights, and that I would get us the deal, which me and Louis Burrell did. Louis Burrell is an Oakland nigga who was MC Hammer's big brother.
Got you.
My nigga, we go way back. I fucked around with him on the music tip years and years ago.
The whole time.
Got Hollywood in a headlock. And so me and Tammy had been taking meetings in LA for years, starting back in 2009. So we had nothing to do with any drugs, anything. It was perfectly legal. As a matter of fact, all of this documented in the case, in the paperwork.
Got you.
So let's get back to Blue in the Blue Bentley Coupe.
Okay.
So when I come to town, I run into the homie, Lil Blue. I grab the car, and so I'm moving around. But before that, the nigga Meech sent another Mexican at me that was a government informant, confidential source. I didn't know that the nigga was bad, but when I meet him, he rubbed me the wrong way. You feel me?
Right.
And so I bagged up both of them. But come 2018, when we get the discovery, I find out that he was an agent, and that a confidential source had introduced us to. Who introduced me to him? Nobody, nothing other than Big Meech. Nothing came out of that because he rubbed me the wrong way. He got to talking about who caused this, man. Is it paid for? So it just rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't think he was the police or anything. I didn't think he was the police, but he was just weird. You feel me?
Right.
That's weird. Fast forward to 2018.
Got you.
Fast forward to 2018. That's in the DEA 6 reports. That a confidential source introduced me to that confidential source. Who was the confidential source?
It can only be one person. The person who introduced you to him, and you know who introduced you to him.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, Cuffy. Why do you think, and this is an obvious question, and it may be a slow question for me to ask you, but I have to ask you nevertheless. It's part of my due diligence process, right? Why do you think that it is so hard for people who understand that these types of things happen every day inside the game? Why do you think they're having such a hard time grasping or understanding or accepting the fact that Big Meech didn't want to do that motherfucking 30 years?
Listen, man, you have to understand this generation. You have to understand this generation. Most of these niggas, they got a mentality. He didn't tell on me. You feel me? You got niggas running around in every city now. This generation, they're running around with rats because they got a bag.
Yeah,
you know,
I just said
you
that.
feel me? I've lost 30-year partners. Some Detroit niggas, I ain't gonna say their name, you understand, who told me, yo, man, the homie was, yo, Cuff, man, the homie was trying to get the Mexican. He wasn't aiming at you.
Wow.
I'm like, nigga, what?
That's crazy.
You telling me that the homie was trying to tell on the Mexican, and that's cool?
That's crazy.
So you're dealing with a different generation, homie.
Yeah, I get you. So let's stay on this Mexican angle for a second, because one of the hot topics right now, and this is something that you may be able to chime in on or elaborate on. One of the hot topics that's going on now in the whole YouTube space and YouTube streets is that specifically the Southern California Mexicans, for example, who are connected to the cartels across that border, that they don't have no problem operating as the long hand for the DEA and FBI and other government agencies, and they don't have the same hangups when it comes to telling on black people. So in short, they saying these Mexicans in South LA, they hate niggas and they set niggas up, and it's not against their own constitution to tell on niggas and give niggas up as long as they giving their own up. Do you know anything about
what the fuck? Everybody want to hear that shit. Like, why? I don't even understand that question. Like, why the fuck is that even important? What you trying to make it seem like it was okay for Meech to do that because that's what they do? Like, I don't even want to hear that response.
Things like that.
Got you. I got you. So what do you want to say to the people who are still the staunchest defenders of Meech, even in the face of all... No. Back up for a second, bro. Let me just clear my head for a second. Why do you think Big Meech has not raised his voice to speak up for himself and to clear his own name?
Yeah, I ain't even like that. That was a wild ass question.
To come up and stand up, trying to argue for him instead of standing up himself and answering this shit for himself.
Hey, dog, check this out, homie.
Yeah, for real. That's what I see.
You feel me? This shit is indefensible, homie. So this is what I told my crew and all the fellas that I rock with. I told them that the nigga was going to have to hide Tammy Collins. And at any point that he fell out with her, because she's attention hungry, at any point that he fell out with her, that she was still on him. You feel me? And this is what we have coming to fruition right now.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, Marcus, what the fuck does that got to do with anything?
All right.
You feel the same way I feel. This nigga's an ungrateful nigga.
Let me ask you a question, yo. Where am I going to see Meech at to square up with him and squabble with him? That man's a 60. For one, he's a senior citizen. I don't put my hands on senior citizens for one, right? But Meech need to take accountability for his actions. Everybody got to take accountability for their actions, man. Everybody. You must be new here.
Right.
So this shit is indefensible, homie.
Right. So how do you feel about people like Lil Meech and the Sosa guy, like trying to attack your family name and directly trying to go at your people, at your blood? How do you feel about that?
It's a deflection. You know, I have no comment on these guys. Sosa's a worker. I don't know his son. I remember being around his son when he was first born. I know his mom, Tyra, but I don't know the kid. You understand? But you know, they trying to fight for their brand. They trying to salvage this BMF shit, homie. Because this is how they make their living. This is how niggas is getting in the clubs still to this day. This is how niggas fucking. You feel me? They trying to salvage their brand, homie. And you don't have men anymore. So the silence.
You can't salvage the brand if the guy at the top ain't right. The guy at the top ain't right. Like I just showed y'all. I just showed y'all the man. Look, he's in Tory White paperwork. It's Tory White. Why is Big Meech involved in this paperwork? Ain't no telling how many people he was trying to set up to get home. He might have been working since 2005. That's probably how he even caught 30 years. I thought that shit was strange.
Silence only says complicity. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. I get you. I understand.
Yeah. So, man, I got to get off this joint, man. It's been a alhamdulillah, man. All praise to Allah. I thank you, man, because it ain't many of us left, dog.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
It ain't many of us left, man.
Absolutely.
Alhamdulillah. Ain't many of us left, man.
Yes, sir.
So I thank you, man. Hit this line if you need me. You feel me?
I got you. It's been an honor and a privilege, brother. Salute.
Nothing but love. Salute.
Damn. That's fucked up, yo. Meech down bad for that. And it make it even worse. It make it even worse that he not even trying to. I mean, he ain't even trying to say nothing. Yo think I agree with y'all. Nigga, I don't agree with you, nigga. I say Meech is a rat. Whoever Ryan Scott is. He is a rat. I don't think I agree with him. I would agree with you, my guy.
I love this.
I think the man is a rat. But Tory Lanez. Y'all listen to this, right? Y'all remember my stance on the whole Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion situation? Do y'all remember the things that I said about this? That I think Meg really don't know who shot her? And I also said that the fact that Tory Lanez kept picking at her is the reason that she decided to go all the way. Do y'all remember I said any of them things for the people that be in here every night? So Wack 100, somehow he said he's part of Tory Lanez's legal team. But listen to what he said his role is. And listen to his take on the whole situation. That shit sounds very similar to what I said.
Says the appeal proves that Tory Lanez is innocent and there's no evidence to convict.
There's been insensitive things that I've done. Jump into my side because at the end of the day, I didn't deserve that for the way that I handled this. There's been insensitive things that I've done. I apologize for, as far as me not talking to y'all, addressing y'all, coming to y'all sooner.
Keep the Getty Radio too, man.
Do this, man.
And Doug Face.
But y'all gotta understand the reason why I wasn't able to do that. Once they made this an actual thing, I immediately called the lawyer and was just like, yo,
hey, PNR, you remember I said that?
Because there's times I was like, I'm gonna just say the whole story right now. They need to know. No, you're not allowed to talk. I will handle that for you in the court of law.
I don't do nothing to nobody, but y'all motherfuckers really dragging it. Like I tried to just be cool.
Tory really fucked herself over by not just letting it, you know what I mean? Just let that shit go. Whatever it was. He felt the need to come and defend himself, I guess, because of social media and what the fuck they were saying about him. And that in turn made her had to defend herself, and it just turned into a whole thing. But I think the most damaging evidence on Tory Lanez is that jailhouse phone call. That jailhouse phone call is what hung him, in my opinion. Now, that phone call could have meant anything. But if y'all remember the trial, the way the prosecutors laid that phone call out, it was basically saying he admitted guilt. And I think that's what hung him. But I don't believe that Meg even remembers who shot her. Because I think she was blackout drunk. And then listen to what Wack 100 had to say.
Stay out the way, because at the end of the day, I'm really a real bitch. Like, I'm from Houston. I'm from the motherfucking South Side. It ain't like let me go run and tell my business to the motherfucking internet. Let me go run and tell my business to the police. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been that type of person. Like, but I'm not gonna let y'all keep playing in my face. And I'm not gonna let this nigga keep playing in my face either. So, since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying.
Oh, DS, you remember Wack just said? Tory's coming home.
Well, what he do, he do.
Hold on, DS probably don't know what's going on.
What's going on?
I take it that you followed the trial.
Kinda.
Okay, so you remember when there was the whole gun shit, and they were trying to figure out who prints and all this shit, and all the DNA and all this shit?
Yeah.
And it came back, what's the word y'all looking for, where it says, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It's like inconclusive. It came back inconclusive, right? So I'm telling you this because I talk to Tory literally every day, right? I'm part of his legal team for him to come on. So now, when they double back, remember about 2 months ago, y'all heard that the judge accepted his appeal? I'm going to tell you why. When they doubled back and said, we need to retest the gun, they tell Tory's legal, we can't retest the gun because there's no more DNA. Tory's legal said, what happened to all the DNA? They said, well, it was 4 tests done on the gun. Now watch this, DS. They said, okay, but only 1 test was mentioned during the trial. Nobody made us aware it was 4 tests done on the gun. The test they used was the inconclusive test, right? DS. What you think the other 3 tests came back as?
Most likely Kelsey.
No. Why? It's getting even uglier than that. The other 3 tests on DNA on the entirety of the gun came back absolutely excludes Tory Lanez. They never told his defense was dumb as I told you.
Now, if that's true, that is grounds for appeal. If that's true, y'all, that means the state withheld evidence. So his case should get overturned during the appeals process. And more than likely it is, because it's a lot of inconsistencies in this case. A lot of inconsistencies. But listen to Wack, though.
Know that day 1. He got dumbass defense. They never told the defense that it was 4 tests done. The DA just brought the first test, which said it could go either way. The other 3 tests, the reason why they told them we can't test anymore, because they use all the DNA on the gun and everything then tested out. It's not Tory. Now, this where
they supposed to relay that. They supposed to relay that information to the defense team. All tests done, everything done has to be relayed back to the defense. You can't leave nothing out. And for them only showing the test that was inconclusive and not the test that positively said that Tory Lanez ain't touched that gun or ain't touched that gun. That's grounds for dismissal, y'all.
Well, did you test against any other people? They said, no, we didn't. We only used it to test against Tory, and we can't tell you it's not his DNA. But we can tell you there are 3 sets of prints on the gun, and none of those are Tory's either. That's why his appeal got accepted. So, here goes the situation. Tory got a 4-year gun enhancement on the case. Y'all recall that, right? He got 6 years base term with a 4-year special circumstantial gun enhancement. So if they drop the gun enhancement, which they're going to have to, because the 3 tests come back. Got 1 test say we don't know. And the other 3 tests, which they never mentioned.
That should throw the whole case out. Fuck the gun enhancement. You know, that should toss the whole case. It withheld evidence. That possibly could, what's called exculpatory evidence. That's important evidence that his defense could have used to make their case.
Court says absolutely not Tory Lanez, fingerprints not Tory Lanez. If they drop the gun the gun enhancement, he walks out of prison. Now here's the thing: if you drop the gun enhancement, that means he didn't touch the gun. Would ultimately lead to they gotta dismiss the whole case. They're trying to get away from that because he's a celebrity and the nigga will sue LA County for all
that's the shit where he reached the same conclusion, but the way he explained it isn't right. You know, the guy dismissed the whole case because they withheld evidence. That could be called prosecution misconduct.
He coming home.
I feel some type of way about his defense attorney did not defend him and really do the work to get him free.
Right. It definitely didn't. But you don't remember me saying he got these fucking celebrity attorneys and they gonna hang him?
Yeah. He's in jail and she's free. So why y'all not bringing the person
right? Here goes the thing with Megan. Right? Okay. And I'm gonna tell you why I place some blame on Tory. Megan don't know what happened. She blacked out.
Listen up here now.
We all know it's blacked out, right? Now, she gets high to a point or drunk to a point, she'll black out. So she don't know what the fuck happened. Now, on the flip side, I blame Tory because during COVID, he was doing his little...
Yo, Wack 100 just spoke on this situation 1,000,000 times. And now he come to this conclusion. Like, yo, niggas be funny as shit.
Instagram shit live, right? He was antagonizing the shit out the girl. You eliminate Tory antagonizing that girl, she never would have did what she did. Not to say what she did was right? But if you eliminate the shit he was doing, he was with her.
You talking about quarantine radio?
There you go.
Quarantine radio.
Whack, that's what I was saying, and they were getting on my head about me saying that.
Yeah, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Like,
No,
yo,
you calling a spade
like
a
I'm gonna
spade.
be real.
If everything he's saying is true, yo, Tory definitely gonna get it. They definitely gonna toss that case. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, if everything he's saying is true, they definitely gonna have to toss that case. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to, man. Without evidence, it's illegal. We need everything. All lab results, all test results, all forensics, any DNA, any fingerprints. We need it all. That's the only way that I can properly. That's the only way I can properly defend my client. You can't pick and choose what evidence you want to give. If there was 4 DNA tests ran and 3 came back that my client was positively not identified, then we need that. You don't think that's important evidence? And you can't, and they can't say that they didn't do it intentionally because they did, because they know the rules. They know the rules of the game. We need everything. Because if the defense would have just, if the defense would have just sprung a witness that they just would have eased the guy on the witness list that the prosecution didn't know about, they'd had a big ass problem with that. Yeah, I'm ready to take all this upstairs. These damn kids, man, be punishing shit, man. Shit going upstairs. Sick and tired of this shit. Yeah, man. Who said 1090 ain't tell? Hey, 1090 definitely told. I don't think. No, it's 2 things that ain't debatable, man. 1090 telling isn't debatable. Like, not on Keep It G News. I know with other channels it's probably being paid to lie. But we gonna call that shit how it is. What 1090 Jake did was dead wrong. What the fuck the other guy's name is? What Big Meech did was dead wrong, man. Like Like I get what my man Tay was saying, yo, but he wasn't. I think he confused it. He was confusing the situation when we was talking about 1090J. He was confusing the situation. He was looking at it like having your family member call up the jail or call up the prison. That is totally different than 1090J being on the outside and blowing a whistle on the whole get down of how people moving in prison. Stopped a lot of people money. Man, that's what's up, man. Salute to the big women, man. Everybody love them. But yeah, though. I mean, Jake did wrong. And he can't. I be really intrigued to see what he have to say about Byron Blake video. Hopefully somebody interview him and ask him about it. Yeah, he talking about people called him from jail. I don't give a fuck. If you wouldn't have been able to, he might have set that up. See, that's the thing people don't know about this internet. Yo, people be setting things up like that. That jail phone call probably didn't even happen organically. He probably set that up. Yo, call me, act like yo, you want me to do this, that, and the third. You know, so people won't have a problem with it. You can't trust these niggas, man. These niggas be dirty, man. They be dirty. They do shit like that. Set up fake fights, fake phone calls, all type of shit. Like for views, man. Yo, you can't put nothing past a lot of these guys for views, y'all. I'm telling you. They'll do some of the wildest things imaginable. We just seen what Whack 100 and them did. Set up a fake ass fight that nobody went to jail. But salute to y'all. Make sure I hit that like button if you haven't already hit it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share the live if you can. If you can, support the Cash App at the bottom, Baltimore Swag. Man, salute to Ghost Town. You my hero too, Ghost Town. Fuck it. We heroes of each other. You heard me. It's another day of Keep It G News. And I'm out.